including anti-terror police, dogs and mounted police, will be deployed to the shopping precinct from today. It's already resulted in a man being handcuffed outside Rebel Sport after allegedly stealing clothing. Josh Peake from the Shop Workers Union says they're fed up.
There's no doubt Rundle Mall is a problem right now, but I think we've also got to be clear that retail crime full stop has increased by 30% over the last year, and there's anecdotal reports that a lot of that has been driven by cost of living concerns.
Assistant Commissioner Scott Duval says they're aware it's not limited to the mall.
We have been running since March of 2022 a specific shop theft operation. That's across the metropolitan area. So we get very good reporting on shop theft, and we have very good intelligence on who's doing it. So we have the ability, if those people move to another area, to pretty much have the intelligence that would show us that that's what's happening, and then again we put our focus into those areas as well.
US lawmakers are pushing to ban TikTok, prompting calls for similar measures in Australia. Zach De Silva has the story.
It's one of the world's fastest growing social media platforms. TikTok has more than 1 billion users worldwide, but its Chinese ownership means the United States Congress is threatening to ban the app if its parent company ByteDance doesn't sell it off. The proposal still has to pass America's Senate, but James Patterson from the Australian opposition is pushing for a similar move here.
TikTok is a serious national security threat.
Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says a nationwide ban isn't on the table.
We're independent. We don't follow other countries.
Experts believe TikTok could be used to influence Australian elections or gather data on our citizens.
Local retailers in popular holiday destinations will reap the benefits of domestic tourism spends over Easter. The Australian Retailers Association expects more than $9.6 billion to be spent on travel over the break. While much of that is being bolstered by overseas travel, Chief Industry Affairs Officer Fleur Brown says local businesses will still benefit.
Easter's a great time for spending with family. What we're seeing is a bit of an increase in the tendency to travel overall, and sometimes people are travelling with their families, a little bit more adventurous now, heading overseas, but certainly it's still a priority for people to spend that time going interstate or doing more within their own state.
Now turning to 5AA Sport.
The exceptional sale is on at Berkowitz. Save 25 to 50% off all Berkowitz furniture. Ends soon.
To footy in the MCG will host tonight's round 1 opener between Richmond and Carlton. The game will be live on 5AA. The Crows and Suns will release their round 1 sides tonight, while Port Adelaide and West Coast will release squads ahead of their match, which isn't being played until Sunday. Daniil Medvedev has advanced to the Indian Wells quarters with a win over Grigor Dimitrov. And Socceroos coach Graham Arnold has thrown his support behind Matilda's captain Sam Kerr. Court documents have revealed she was held in a London police cell the night she allegedly racially abused a police officer. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Electrical issues? Ken Hall Plumbers also provide electrical services. For reliable electrical services, give Ken a call.
At Marston, a twisted traffic light from an earlier collision on South Road near Everard Avenue. At Regency Park, a crash, Grand Junction Road near Gallipoli Drive. At Morford Vale, traffic lights playing up on South Road near Randell Road. And car v truck at Tusmore, Portrush Road near Stirling Street. Crews on the scene at the moment. Busy Brighton Road, Brighton with the camera doors road at Melrose Park. The M event is on now at Paradise Mazda with exclusive bonus offers up to $2,000 across the range. Make your move to Paradise Mazda. The Mazda people. Offer ends Sunday. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
A shower or two this afternoon, cloud clearing tomorrow 30, Saturday mostly sunny 31, Sunday mostly sunny 32. Right now it's 25 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Rifles to patrol Rundle Mall. Food prices soaring at Adelaide Oval. We break down the costs. The deadly disease that's on the rise. How to spot the symptoms. Shock new details about Sam Kerr's prison stay. And how Qantas is helping passengers fly more for less. 9 News. Your news. Nightly at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. The 5AA Sports Show.
Get around the little bar!
Stephen Rowe and Tim Jennifer.
Yeah, good afternoon, 4:06. It's an exciting one this Thursday, round 1 kicking off
at the MCG tonight, and for our Crows and Port fans, they'll name their first teams of the year a little bit later on in the show. Stephen Rowe, Timmy G, good afternoon.
Yes, thanks, Sam. Yeah, looking forward to that, actually. Stay with us. Rowey and I will try and we'll try and predict the 23 that are going to be picked for Port and the Crows, and then we'll just have a little game to see how much we either miss by, whether it's one or two players or just one or two positions, and it should be an interesting one. I'm looking forward to doing that, and the excitement of, what is round one? Well, I don't know what happened last weekend, but anyway, round one is here, and it starts tonight with Carlton Richmond. But, Rowey, welcome, and how's your day been so far, buddy?
Well, I enjoyed the rain to start with.
A little bit. Was I surprised?
So did the backyard. I just think you feel like you've been cleansed when you've had, what was it?
47 days.
That's it. Lucy was doing the count on 5AA Brekkie. 47 days. I
Dry,
know it was
wasn't
only
it?
just a light.
It was probably
drizzle.
a dirty windscreen rain.
It was.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So that was great. It was refreshing. I felt refreshed from that. But other than that, ho-hum, as far as its selection for the Crows, I love my Crows.
Yes.
Big game versus Gold Coast. I'm leaning towards, after speaking with Camper, that they could possibly win. I know we're going to get into it after 4:30
Yes, we are.
At greater detail. But I love Thursday night footy.
Yep.
I don't care much about Carlton and Richmond, but you know what? You're back in that footy zone.
Feels more like round one.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? I reckon.
The footy will be on. That's exactly right.
Yeah, it feels more like round one.
We're back.
Our teams are playing. It's going to happen. I'll let you know how my day went.
Please. I was going to ask. Sorry, Timmy.
Yeah.
How did your day go?
Well, I play 9 holes at Reeds every week with me mate Tom. Well, and we see a few of the old fellas out there. They're always, get on your Tony, get on your Gareth. There you go, boys. Today, I had my mind set because I played bad the last 2 weeks.
You did.
I've sort of dragged him down a bit with me, but he still beats me by 3 or 4.
Was a little bit down last year.
No, I put my head down. I mentally visualise. This is what you should do in sport. Mentally visualise yourself doing all the right things, playing all the right shots.
Yep.
And I said, I'm going to get a PB today. I talked myself into it. I did the visualisation. I'm going to get a PB. My best score ever for 9 holes is 45. Guess what I got today?
44.
Correct, I did. How unbelievable is that?
No, you know what? If Peter Malinauskas is listening, our Premier, you're automatically in now to the Pro-Am because you've got to be at least under 45.
Yeah. And
well done.
The only bad thing about that is
he still won.
He got 43.
Oh, no.
Oh, mate, so depressing.
He's got you.
You know what he said?
No, he's got you, mate.
You know what he said to me afterwards?
He's got you.
He said, congratulations on your PB. That's really good, mate.
He got you.
Laugh. I tell you, the other two guys that were playing with us, they joined in and they just said, they started laughing. They said, only your best mate could say that. It's true. It was brilliant. So well done, Tom. I have to take it. It was his PB, 43, to beat mine.
Well, that's a good day. Hey, I'm looking forward to today's show because I've never spoken to Stephen Bomber Clifford.
Oh, yes.
Is he our Where Are They Now?
He's our Where Are They Now?
Still secrets?
Thanks to World Coach.
Sorry.
No.
I'm looking forward to it.
Not today, though, not.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, look, he's one of the best characters you'll ever meet. He entertained on and off the field. I'll tell you one little story. A good mate of yours, big Hiney, Neil Hine.
Oh, Neil Hine. Yeah.
Remember how skinny he was?
Big nugget.
Big, long, skinny neck.
Oh.
Well, we're at...
had a reach on him like a sick dog.
Yeah, we're at Norwood Oval and playing, and there was a bit of a scuffle on the ground. And Hiney sort of went, "What are you doing, Bomber?" Bomber just pushed him. And he said, "Settle down." And Bomber looked at him, pulled his neck apart like this and said, "What's that?" And Hiney said, "I don't know." He said, "That's you eating a twisty."
Playing a game of footy.
Playing a game of footy.
What?
Oh, well.
What?
The umpire,
he must be quick with
the umpire started laughing. Couldn't throw the ball up. It was so funny.
See,
and
that's a character.
Hiney laughed.
That's a character.
Yeah,
that's a character.
He's brilliant. So we look forward to that. Hey, mate, talking characters, Tex, we announced it last night. He's out. I know you had to pick your lip up and all the rest of it, but look, he's talked about how he nearly made it.
Okay.
He wasn't far off, but he also talked about Chris Burgess getting his chance.
I was very close. Had a little run around yesterday, and I don't know, I was sort of at the age I am. I'm keeping the whole year in mind. So to miss this week means that it'll give me a good chance to play the rest of the year. So that's the decision we come to, and what a great opportunity for Burjo and young Lockie Gollant to come in.
Yeah, that's thanks to Triple M. Rocky Gollant, he called him. Isn't it Gallant?
I think it is Gallant.
Is it Gallant,
We
is it?
call him Gallant.
Oh, so let's get it right.
I think Texas got it right. Hey, just on Chris Burgess, he'll debut, 194 centimetres. Same size as Tex, weight, height, everything.
Yeah.
He's played 30-odd games for the Suns. Last 2 years he was a forward in the Gold Coast Neefle team. He'll likely be the second ruckman. I think that's the role
I think
that
Nixie
he'll
gave
do.
that away the other night.
He was recruited clearly for depth. He plays round one. His first game for the Crows. We wish him all the best. He'll surprise.
Oh, he'll have a crack. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
I watched him the other day when I went and watched that Sandford trial. He's
a competitor.
Phil Thorpe out. He did a bit on the social media for the Crows, and he sort of talked about his surgery and his thoughts about post-surgery.
Well, I didn't know until the surgery what they'd actually done, whether they'd taken out my meniscus or fixed it. So it was sort of when I woke up and then found out the surgery went well, they were able to repair it, which is better for my long-term health. So that was good, but then sort of dawned on me watching the games on the weekend and not going into work on the Monday and stuff that, it's going to be a little while, but yeah, here's what it is. I'm ready just to get back into work.
Thunderclouds. Here's the thing with meniscus. I know this because I've had 5. Greg Keane from SportsMed was my surgeon.
Remember Greg well?
The best thing to do is to trim it.
Yeah, right.
Get it out. You play between 3 and 6 weeks.
Right.
Some have played in 2.
Right.
So that's the get in, get it out, get it fixed. It doesn't swell, play. They've gone very conservative if they've tried to stitch that and fix it. And that's 12 to 14.
You reckon that's his age?
Well, of course it is.
And of course, long term, they want him to keep playing because eventually, if it goes, it ends up bone on bone.
Well, I've only got 15% of meniscus in my right knee, the one that was reconstructed.
Right.
Because each time you tear it, they take it out, they take it out.
Trim it.
I mean, he's $1 million a year player.
Correct.
We think if he reaches the inverted commas word potential, he's $1 million a year.
Yeah, so you don't want to take that risk. I understand that.
So clearly between the club, the family, here's your option. Trim it back in 6 at the worst, or let's
get the 10-year career out of it. Yeah, I totally understand that. That's understandable. A guy that's had knee problems and is now over them and looking really good, Ollie Wines, well, he was asked by Channel 7 just about Port's best. Can it match the rest?
Our best is capable of going up the top of the ladder again and competing with those top sides in the Brisbanes, the Collingwoods, the GWSs.
So he reckons that they can be up there with that top 4 once again. So you've got to go into a season with confidence, and Ollie's done that. He's done the work the pre-season. He'll be back in the middle, and he'll be trying to lead the charge on it.
He's pretty much like a new recruit.
Yeah.
If his body's right, that knee's right, and he stays sound, this kid's a Brownlow medalist.
Yeah, we've seen it already.
He's a ball.
In the pre-season, how much of a difference it is. So we'll get the best out of Ollie, don't worry about that. One of their recruits, Bigger Varn, well, he was asked a question. Are you going to be playing this week?
I think I'm allowed to say, yeah, I think I'm playing this weekend, so yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, and I say
that was
that was short.
Surely they would have told
that
him.
was on the mix this morning, but I sort of answer that with no kidding, Sherlock. Well,
You've got him number 1, haven't you?
Oh, he's going to be number 1.
And will they play sweet? I know you're going to go through your team.
I don't want to give anything away
just
yet. All right.
Same with me because I've got some
just a little teaser.
I've got some real left fielders.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
You remember, you got to make sure you're matching up as close as you can to what they select.
Oh, so it's not what I'd select.
No, what they will select.
Oh, so Strawn's out. Because I'd
have
had Strawny in.
If you think they won't play him, then try and pick as close to what they will do.
All right. Well, I obviously didn't sit in that brief. Timmy. I didn't listen. Switch your ears on, Rowey.
Well, you're probably on the wrong side. I'll give you that. Carlton Richmond tonight does feel like it's more like round 1, isn't it? Here's the 2 coaches, Vossi and Uze.
It's Richmond, it's round 1, it's the MCG, it's our first home game, opportunity to be able to connect back with our supporter base. That moves your eyes forward pretty quickly. So we're sort of done looking back now. What we are today is very much looking forward to the game.
Yeah, we've got some good inclusions. It's exciting. We've got some options, but I think that's going to keep me up at night, the 2 big forwards for the Blues. But yeah, like I said, they're in really good form. Yeah, they're 2 amazing players that, we've got an awesome opportunity for some young players, hopefully.
That's the boys getting fired up, you reckon?
Edamuze.
Richmond have got a better looking team.
They do.
This time. Cause
makes me think they might have rested in round 1.
Why would they have done that, though?
Well, correct.
That is...
Well, they might have thought, you know what, we'll get the Suns. GW smoked them the week before.
Yeah.
We'll get them. They were awful till half-time.
Awful.
2 goals to half-time.
Absolutely
Third
destroyed.
quarter was good.
Yeah. Oh, well, we'll see if they can bounce back tonight. Hey, I'll tell you what, if you are going to go to the footy this year, and you want to feel it, well, you will. You'll feel it right in your hip pocket because Adelaide Oval food and drink prices are set to rise for 2024.
Modest rises. Everything's gone up.
Everything. And, cost of living's gone up, so in goes. Prices for a third straight season have risen. A pint of full-strength beer will go $9.90. That's 5.3% up. And then a bucket of hot chips has gone up $6.70. So that is 6.3% up from last year. And then your pie goes up, and that's up 5%.
So everything's about an average of 60 cents or so more than last year.
It's just
5%.
Everything just keeps mounting up, though, Sam. Now, I said to you, what if I was, a married couple, 2 kids, I want to go.
So the exercise was done by MCG people earlier in the week. So for people going to the game tonight, how much would it cost for a family of 4? At the MCG, if you want to go tonight, it's probably going to cost you around $250. So I thought, well, what does the Adelaide Oval look like if you're a family of 4? So 2 adults, 2 kids. To get yourself Category 4 reserve seats, so that's the cheapest reserve seat you can get away from just general admission sitting on the hill, you're going to pay for 2 adults, 2 kids, $156 to go this Sunday, Port West Coast.
Just get in.
Just to get in.
That's without membership. That's just okay.
Category
so membership
4
would be a
reserve
little
seat.
bit cheaper than that because it's
And then
so get your membership's your first thing.
That's a big
buy a membership.
Right. So then Dad wants 2 beers. Mum and Dad might want a pie each. Kids want some hot chips, so you get 2 of them, and they might want a soft drink each as well. So you get 2 soft drinks. All that. And that's not including any sort of travel in with your, maybe a car park if you have to drive or petrol and whatnot. You're going to pay $214 to go to the football for a couple of hours on a Sunday, Arvo.
Now, the question is that great entertainment value? 822 300
great call. Great call. 822 300 get enjoyed.
Well, I had a little bit of a
4 tickets, $214 with that food and drink that you mentioned, and you get hopefully a victory for your team.
Yeah. There's nothing like seeing your team live.
I agree.
Now, both our teams are in for, we think, great years. So they're going to average over 40,000.
Yeah.
They did last
Great
year,
atmosphere.
so they will this year. It is great atmosphere. So it's still the greatest game live. I know I can knock it at times, the rules, the AFL, the VFL, whatever, but it is still the greatest game live. Yeah. So that's $200 for a family of 4. So I compared it to other things. So the alternative is you have KO, which is what, $35 a month?
Yep.
I don't know, you get a Harvey Norman 75-inch LED HD TV, 12-inch, divide that by the games. You can buy a case of, let's call it pale ale at Sip and Save.
Yep.
What's that? $50?
$59.
$60? Buy the wife a Crozier, $25. Yep. Kids get a couple of soft drinks, but you know what I'd say? Drink water out the tap.
Yep.
And you make a home meal.
Okay.
So that's what you're up against.
Yeah. What's that equal?
Well, it's close to.
It's pretty close.
It's close to that. That's what I'm trying to get at. So if you can go live, and then it's the opposition. What else is out there? Let's go to the zoo.
The entertainment dollar is what you're talking about.
Correct. So is that good entertainment value? 822 300 If I went to the zoo, and I did, I took little Rory there not that long ago. Jodie and I were $42.50 each. He was nothing, but kids are $22.50.
You know people are going to text in and say, how'd you get out?
Fair course.
I'll get in before they do.
Now, the zoo's great. We've got one of the best zoos in the world.
It is a brilliant zoo.
But that's cosy. And what if you wanted to go to the Wallace Cinemas? Adults are $18, kids are $15. What's a bag of popcorn?
Yeah.
That's what you're up against.
Yeah.
You've only got a certain amount of entertainment dollar. I still think, and you can shoot me down, I still think live footy Crows report at Adelaide
Still
Oval
good value.
is as good a value as you will get. That's just me.
Great call. And memberships.
Do you agree?
Yes, I do. And I reckon memberships help with that.
Well, that's the answer. Yeah. Get a membership.
And I think that's why both Crows and Port have continued to just increase their memberships. Their 11-game stuff, their 3-game stuff. It's increased each year. So it's been a very good way to go to the footy and see
Very rarely at this time of the year will I watch 7, 9 or 10, the commercial stations, or hear commercial radio and hear Crows advertise for membership. You can still get a Crows membership.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah.
And you certainly get a port one.
Yeah.
So get a membership.
Been good.
Would you think that's good value? I know it's gone up. We can all look at the. It is expensive. I get.
And
that.
like you said, though, you got to actually compare it to the reality of doing the alternative.
Go to the zoo.
No, good homework, Stephen. Well played.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You're impressed?
Ting.
Oh, hang on. Have I done something right?
You've got a PB.
Oh boy!
Well done. You both got them today.
Somebody else will hit a 43 in a minute.
21 after 4. Have you say, are you feeling the pinch of going to the footy? Is it good value? 8223 0000. Caroline Wilson at 5 o'clock tonight. Willem Drew from Port Adelaide. Where are they now? With Stephen Bomber Clifford, a great of the game. We've got Ryan Kiddo from the Reds as well. And our Crows and Port Adelaide teams for round 1 will drop at 5.50. So we'll have those first as well. And do not miss your chance to win a Port Adelaide locker room double pass once again tonight. Not one, but 2 opportunities for you and a mate to go along, valued at $380 per person. It's an outstanding prize. Get on the phone, 8223 0000. Every caller that goes to air goes in the running to win the Benzina Sports Scooter, which we'll give away tomorrow. We'll get to your calls next.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Treadway, second chance, goal!
Port Adelaide straight shooter Warren Treadway talks footy with Rowey and Timmy every Friday thanks to Ignition for Men, Amani, Canali, Xenia. Find them all at Ignition for Men, Adelaide's home of luxury menswear, 54 Paynham Road, Stepney.
Discover what is on the road less travelled at Nissan's home in the hills, Adelaide Hills Nissan. This one is for all you adventure seekers. We've got an incredible deal for you as part of our off-road sale. If you've got your eyes on a Navara or Patrol, stock is available for immediate delivery with a free 3-hour off-road course at Adelaide Hills 4-Wheel Drive Park. T's and C's apply. Take the road less travelled to Adelaide Hills Nissan. Great service since 1954. Mount Barker Road, Bridgewater. LMVD 325189.
When was the last time we just ditched the weekend chores and had some fun? At Sip and Save, we believe the time is now. Buy a Hahn Super Dry 3.5 30-pack for $55.99 and enter at sipandsave.com.au for your chance to win a super weekender trip for you and 3 friends. We've also got Cooper's Pale Ale 24-pack for $57.99 and Sky Vodka 700ml for $42.99. You can expect more from Sip and Save. More deals, more range, more service. Terms and conditions apply. Prices may vary in country areas.
Sip and Save. There's more in store.
The South Australian First Nations Voice to Parliament election is Saturday, 16th of March 2024. If you're a South Australian Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander, you are eligible to vote.
32 polling booths can be found across SA, open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. this Saturday. To find your nearest polling booth and more about the candidates, visit Save Voice Election, SA I should say.
Yeah, that's...
Sorry.
Yep.
Can I do that
do it
again?
again?
Sorry,
yeah, do it
sorry.
again.
SA Voice... SA... Should I spell it?
No. Just say SA Voice Election. It's one word.
Can you please do it again just for the...
Okay. Visit savoiceelection.sa.gov.au or just find your nearest polling booth.
Sorry, Premier.
That's all right.
Sorry.
He'll get it right. Remember to have your say Saturday, March 16. How you vote will affect the future of your lands and your community. So vote for people you want to represent you in the SA Voice to Parliament.
Right now, with Bupa, get up to 10 weeks free when you join on eligible products, plus up to 700 everyday rewards dollars. T's and C's apply. For award-winning health insurance, search Bupa 10 weeks free today.
Hi, I'm Lynn Andrews. For over 50 years, the Lynn Andrews team have made it easy for landlords to manage residential and commercial property. From single homes to multiple commercial holdings, our passion for property investment means we have a great deal of knowledge. How to do it safely and properly, matching the right tenant with the right property every time. We're here to help you. Visit lynandrews.com.au.
It's Edward from Edwardstown Mazda. The M event is on now. It's really big. So here's a big person to tell you more.
Thanks, Edward. He's right. Our once-a-year M event is on now and it's big.
How big?
Think huge M event factory bonuses plus a $2,000 trade-in bonus exclusive to Edwardstown Mazda.
Wow.
I know. The M event on now.
Now play that jingle thing, please.
It's gotta be
Edwardstown Mazda.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
26 minutes after 4, we're going to get to calls in a moment. We're talking about the price of footy. The price of food and drink has gone up at Adelaide Oval, and we want your say. 8223 0000. You're feeling the pinch when you go to the footy nowadays? Share your thoughts with us. Let's check your traffic. With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
G'day, at Marsden, a twisted traffic light from nearly a collision on South Road near Everard Avenue. At Morford Vale, Burstwater Main South Road near O'Sullivan's Beach Road, and a crash at Regency Park to look out for, Green Junction Road near Gallipoli Drive. Slow for a current truck crash at Tasmore, Port Rice Road near Stirling Street, with cameras Cormac Road, Wingfield, and Dawes Road at Melrose Park. 40 Winks are celebrating 40 years with 50% off mattresses and 30% off bedroom furniture. Limited time only. Exclusions and T's and C's apply. Go to better sleep at 40 Winks. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Is footy good value to go to? Adelaide Oval food and drink prices set to rise for season 2024. We've got Bruce on the line from Ridgehaven. G'day, Bruce.
G'day, fellas. How are you this afternoon?
Excellent, sir.
I'm just thinking about it, to be honest with you. If it's the team you love and you're passionate about, I don't think money even comes into your mind. I think you just want to be there to support your favourite team, the team that you've just been with for years. But in all honesty, when you look at it, I still think it's good value. My daughters have just shouted my wife and myself to be able to go and see Tom Jones in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It's cost nearly $500 just for the tickets.
Yeah. No, the concerts are expensive, so yeah, you're right there, Bruce.
And it's only going to be for about 2.5 hours, and that doesn't include having a drink, doesn't include car park, doesn't include a lot of things. So I think the footy's still good value, buddy.
Well played, Bruce.
I think it is too. A lot of text on the unique home style food text line. Take your own food and drink. You don't need to go to the football to drink. Did Stud send that in?
Yeah, you don't need drink alcohol. Okay.
I love this one. It's bloody great value if West Coast win.
Cheeky bugger. This one's interesting. The prices at Adelaide Oval, no different to Cooper Stadium and the Ent Centre. So
Spot on.
I love the footy and I'll always go no matter what it costs me. Good on you, Christy. Well played, I say.
Excellent work. Keep your thoughts coming in. 8223 0000. We have, of course, a $50 Powers voucher tonight, and every caller that goes to air, remember, this is only for tonight, and then tomorrow we've got the Benzina sports scooter across the way.
Away?
We're giving it away tomorrow.
Your beauty.
So this is getting quite exciting. So make sure you get your chance to speak to us on the air. 8223 0000. 4:30 headlines. After that, we'll keep taking your calls, but Rowey and Timmy, you guys are going to give us who you think the Crows and Power are going to pick for round 1 tonight when the teams drop at 10 to 6.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
David Penberthy and Will Goodies, 5AA Breakfast.
We're going to head to Ballarat in Victoria, where a rescue operation for trapped miners has been underway.
Unfortunately, I've got some really sad news. The Australian Workers' Union has confirmed that this trapped miner has actually been killed, so this is now no longer a rescue operation.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
He was actually killed as this rockfall happened.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Steinborner Automotive has always been well worth the trip, and now there's Barossa Mazda, Murray Street, Nuriupa. SA's newest Mazda dealership is now open. For 40 years, Steinborner has provided South Australians with outstanding customer service, exceptional value, and a large selection of new, used and demo vehicles. The Steinborner story continues with the opening of their new state-of-the-art Mazda dealership in Barossa Valley. Barossa Mazda. It's well worth the trip. barossamazda.com.au.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. Warren Tredrea hasn't ruled out an appeal after losing his COVID vaccine court case against the Nine Network. The Australian Workers' Union has criticised the method used at the Ballarat gold mine, where a 37-year-old worker died in an underground rockfall. Juicy fruit chewing gum has been pulled from the shelves as it gets a sugar-free makeover. And in sport, Corey Durden will be Sam Doherty's injury replacement for Carlton's clash with Richmond tonight. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Electrical issues? Ken Hall Plumbers also provide electrical services. For reliable electrical services, give Ken a call.
At Marston, twisted traffic light from an earlier collision on South Road near Everard Avenue. Morford Vale, burst waterway, Main South Road near O'Sullivan's Beach Road, and a crash at Regency Park to look out for. Green Junction Road near Gallipoli Drive. Busy South Road, Theberton, slow going Tapley's Road at Glenelg North, with a camera Anzac Highway at Ashford. Freedom's ultimate sofa sale weekend is on now. Get 25% off all sofas, plus get 50 months interest-free store-wide. Conditions apply only at Freedom. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, cloudy tonight down to 16, a possible shower tomorrow 29. Right now it's 25 degrees. We'll have more news at 5 and as it happens on 5AA.
The 2024 Toyota AFL Premiership season is here. The battle lines are drawn. It's us versus them. Footy returns to the Adelaide Oval on Sunday, March 17, when Port Adelaide take on the West Coast Eagles. Then it's a Friday night blockbuster in round 2 as the Adelaide Crows host the Geelong Cats. The 2024 Toyota AFL Premiership season. Bring them on. Get your tickets at tickets.afl.
Okie dokie, whether you're catching up with friends or relaxing at home this weekend, Sip and Save has you covered all day long.
Oh, yes. And there's more in store at Sip and Save with great offers to kick off the footy season. So call into your local Sip and Save and take advantage of these top offers and many more. But what do you got for me, Rowey?
So stock the fridge with 4X Gold, 30-pack cans, $51.99. West End Draft, 30-pack cans, $56.99.
Nice.
I love them with the little handle.
Yeah.
It's made on the boat.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
God, they go down the gills too easy. And everyone loves a Cooper's Pale Ale. I do, or a Pacific Pale Ale. 24 packs, only $57.99.
Good call. You can always expect more from Sip and Save. More deals, more range, more service.
Correct. So head in store, download the app or visit sipandsave.com.au and drink responsibly.
Hearing Australia's Hearing the Nation tour is coming to Adelaide, delivering free hearing checks for adults. Search Hearing the Nation for more.
Hearing Australia.
Conditions apply under the Australian Government Hearing Services Program.
Afternoon Aldi shoppers, this is a message for Kate Hassler in aisle 3. Hey, we know you see other supermarkets.
What? You do?
Yeah, it's cool. Really. Go get that smoked herring paste next door.
You're just saying that.
Nah, I mean it. But you'll save more if you shop at Aldi first.
You'll always be my first shop.
We love you.
What about me?
We love you too, Pete. Aldi. Good. Different.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
26 minutes to 5. Caroline Wilson's coming up at 5 o'clock. We got Bomber Clifford later on tonight for Where Are They Now? Should be a bit of fun. And Willem Drew from Port Adelaide very, very shortly ahead of the game against West Coast. Your calls as well. You're the most important part of our show. 8223 0000.
My favourite day of the week, selection day. You know your team's playing. You just got full of excitement. You'll want to know the ins and the outs. The teams will drop just before 6. So we're going to do our 22.
Our prediction on what we believe the clubs are going to pick.
Okay. So I'll go first because Crows are playing on Saturday. They've got the Gold Coast. They've lost their last 2 matches at the Gold Coast by 53 points and 43 points.
Doesn't include that Darwin game, though.
No, it doesn't. No. This is the last 2 games at Gold Coast.
Yep.
And before that, they'd won 7 straight by an average margin of 50.
Smacked them.
So they smacked them. They've only won 2 of 10 away games last year. I'm just giving you some sighters.
Okay.
As we know, their 2 best forwards are out in Thilthorpe. Some would say Foggy, but Thilthorpe and Walker, and we know that Murray's out. So it's going to be a massive ask. It's going to be a massive ask. The key to this team is doing it longer than Gold Coast and doing it for 4 quarters, bringing what they call their DNA. So here we go. We know Taylor Walker and Riley Thilthorpe are out. done. We also know Burgess will debut, for those that don't know. He's a 194-centimetre forward. He played at the Gold Coast for a number of years. Last 2 years he played for their NEFL team. He can ruck, but he's not a second ruckman. He's more a forward. He's going to replace Thilthorpe as the second ruckman. Now, I would have played Strawn, but we're doing the team we think will land.
Correct.
So I'll park that one. Lockie Gallant's in for Tex. This lad has a game. Exactly the same dimensions and I think talent as Gunston.
Yeah,
Jack
right.
Gunston. Exactly the same weight, height, size. He's a beautiful kick. So 2 in, 2 out from the West Coast Eagles game. Okay. So that will park that. So decisions for me to debate, is it Lockie Murphy or is it Ned McHenry for that half-forward up roll? Can't have the two of them. I'm a clear Ned man. I know he can do everything Murph can do, but he can also hit the scoreboard. He's just got a little bit more class with ball in hand. Kick 3 versus West Coast, but I think Ned's going to miss out. I think they'll go with Murph. I think they have a bit more faith in him in that role.
Picked him in the leadership group.
I'd had Ned, correct, but I think they'll go with Murph. All I'll say there is it is a long season.
It is.
It is a long season. So it appears it's either going to be Sam Berry or Matt Crouch. Matty Nix was with us, but he said this about Berry.
I think Sam Berry at the moment with his form in the pre-season, he plays round 1. And of course we want to get through today's session and make sure he's fit and ready to go.
Well, he's done that. He has done that. He's earned the opportunity. He hunts the cod. He gets at opposition. He's a great tackler. I think his disposal has improved. Rowey, who played last week, got 20 clearances, which just went ta-dunk, 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 ta-dunk. I had a look. He got 20. Anderson was next best with 7 or 8. And Took Miller, their captain, only got 2. So that's easy to stop.
He played a lot more outside.
He did. He absolutely did.
You got the bull in there.
Exactly right. So I think if he does play, it's not going to be out of Matt Crouch and Sam Berry. I think Matt Crouch plays. He, for me, is the best stoppage winner off opposition's hand. And which is going to win it? So my midfield is Riley O'Brien, and he needs a ripper. And let's hope he can. Laird, Dawson, Rankin, Berry, Crouch. Scholl and Jones are on the wings.
Well done. I think that was a very comprehensive view.
Well, hang on. I've still got to do the forwards and the backs.
Okay.
Sorry.
Very comprehensive, though, so far.
Is this too comprehensive?
Very good.
No, this is excellent.
Oh, okay. Well, is this what we wanted?
Selection hat. This is great.
It was just
Oh, okay.
I thought it was half time you were having an orange.
Let Clifford
play on.
So, front 6. I think the front 6 is easy. Murphy will play. Fogarty, Rochelle. I think Pedler will be there on the field or Berry, but it's Pedler, Gallant, Burgess. There was some talk that Pedler was going to be spat out. The fact that Berry's in and Crouch would want to play him. There was debates over the table. If he had a spat out, I would have spat it. He has to play, and he will play. I think Rankin's probably going to start on the ball, but I think he'll play majority of his football forward because I think Berry's got to get some game time in there as well.
I did ask that question of Matty Nix yesterday and said, will that vary their time? And he said, I think it will.
It will.
So meaning, I think we'll see him not as much on the ball as what we thought.
Correct. And because I listened in interviews and I heard that question and the response, that's why I put that in there.
Oh, thank you.
I think Rankin is more dangerous forward than on the ball at this stage. Saligo looks to be the sub. He's had an interrupted month of footy, so I've got him as the sub.
Okay.
And he's in their best 18. He's in their best 18. So the back 7 is quite easy. I think Worrell takes Lukosius, played forward the whole game last week. So I think their new coach, Hardwick, wants him to be a forward. He kicked 3, was outstanding.
He'll be a forward.
That's a really good matchup, that one. I got Butts on King. King kicked 5. He's their go-to. They went to him 80% of the time when they went inside 50.
Hard to stop.
Butts is a very good stopper.
He is.
So I do like that matchup. Ball Ace and Casbolt, same.
Yeah.
Gee, Ballak is doing well.
He is, isn't he?
I'm so glad they picked him over Keane.
Yeah.
He deserves that role.
Well played.
And then you got Smith, Miller and Hinge. They'll rotate off the bench and through that role. They're on Fiorini, Holman and Roses. So I think the back 7 looks pretty easy. That midfield, I've spoken about the midfield. I've said that, haven't I? I've given you the midfield, so that's that. There's no debutantes. Daniel Curtin won't be rushed. The other 2 are Charlie Edwards and Oscar Ryan. I'm looking forward to those 3 in the sample. They will play footy. They are talented. They'll get a game of AFL this year. So with no Thilthorpe, Walker, Murray playing the Suns at the Gold Coast, they can win. They just got to bring their best for long enough. Yep. And I think that 22 now, after speaking to Campo, my bottom lip has now been put straight back
up
in its jaw.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about calling it, and I think they can win. if they play for 4 quarters. But that's the 22.
You've got to remember too, as much as the Gold Coast has played a game, it's sometimes when you have a win like that. Richmond didn't have their best team in.
No.
Don't mark my words. Without Nankervis, they are a completely different midfield.
And they were awful.
And they were awful.
Yep.
You can get a little false sense of security.
Yeah.
And that's why I asked Nixie, did they just run forward too much? He said, no, we watched all the vision from behind and what's not, and said, no, they do have two-way running. But it can be a little false sense in the back of one's subconscious.
Well, if I was Matty Nix, I would have shown their football against GWS the week before.
And no harm in that.
Anyway, that's my 22.
Well played.
And I've even picked the sub, Soligo.
Good work.
All right. Now, give us yours.
I'm going to try and get as close as I can, and I'm going to start with the forward line, because South Australians start with the forward line at the top.
They do.
Victorians start with the backs up top.
What did I do?
Yeah. I'm not sure which way you went. You're WA influenced,
Born and
so I'm
bred
not sure.
here.
But you played your early days there first.
Yeah.
So, forward line, we'll start with Rioli, Marshall, Horne-Francis.
Yep.
Any arguments pop up? McEntee, Dixon, DBJ.
Yep.
And I think McEntee and DBJ really played themselves in by the way they played in those trials. They were both very good. Bergman, Wines, Boak. Now, the Boak is the one that may surprise a few. I think they put it on him about this is going to be your new role, and if you want it, you're going to have to play to it. I thought his game against Fremantle sort of said, yeah, I want it. And he may have just squeezed out young Burgers for the starting 18.
I think he does.
So you're going Bergman, Wines, Boak. Farrell, Aaliyah, Houston, half-back, and that the class of Houston. Aaliyah now with the other two is able to sort of come away.
Yep.
He hasn't done it as much as I thought he would have in the trials, so we'll just see how that develops. Farrell, beautiful overlapping run onto the left is so dangerous. Zerk Thatcher actually impressed me in the pre-season. I think he wasn't standing the monsters, but he's standing guys more his height, and so he's been able to handle that well. Radigalia got his job at fullback. Burton, trial form, excellent.
Oh.
Excellent.
He'd win your BNF now if you stopped it.
If you stopped it, he would win the BNF.
You haven't even played.
I don't think they've opened the
I think
trials.
that back six picks itself, doesn't it?
That was, well, it was up for grabs on the half-back, but I think
Yeah.
Farrell proved himself there.
Yeah, I think so.
But they'll rotate, because in that back seven, you've also got Lockie Jones.
Yep.
So I've got Lockie starting on the
On
fence,
bench,
but Lockie
yep.
obviously is in that
Yep.
back seven. So first ruck, Soldo Van, we've already got confirmation from the man
Yes.
himself. Rosie Butters. Butters is a lock. We heard that from Kari. Now, before I get to the interchange...
Hang on, who's your sentiment?
No, Wines.
Oh, you had him.
He's had a great year. So with Soldo, it's been talked about, will they play two rucks? Just have a listen to Josh Carr.
All three rucks have given us something over the pre-season, and we're really comfortable with, I guess, whoever we pick. Ivan's probably had the slight lead on the other two, but it's not much, and it's a great luxury to have. Have we spoken about the double rucks? Definitely. We'll see what happens there.
Didn't give a lot away.
No, that's my code, though, double rucks. Have we spoken about it? Definitely. I think playing West Coast, I reckon they're going Ollie Lord out. Ollie Lord had been available. I reckon they wouldn't have.
Yep.
But I reckon they're going to go double ruck. So on the bench, Willem Drew, of course, he rotates through the middle. Jordan Sweet as the double ruck.
Don't mind that.
Soldo sneaking forward when they're rotating. Lockie Jones, of course. Jackson Mead gets himself in.
Yep.
That's his
Well done.
Well done, Jacko. And Burgoyne becomes the sub as the 23rd player and just squeezes out Francis Evans.
Yep.
So it is a full list, Port Adelaide. Healthy and hungry you spoke about.
Yep.
They're healthy, they're hungry. It's a good start for round one.
Are you doing two ruckman?
I would today. I normally, personally, would only do it against Premier Ruckman, but I think they've got a free hit here because Lord's out and we're playing the West Coast.
I'm seeing a lot of similarities with where your club's at to where it was in 00, 01, 02, 03, 04. And back then you had Lade and Brogan in ruck. And it gave you a totally
Primus
different dimension.
came out through
because that's
me.
right. But it would have been Primus and Lade. Imagine
right.
if it was that. Brogues did a great job. I like the two ruck That's what I'd be doing.
Tandem.
Yeah, so we'll find out in about 65 minutes when the teams drop for round one. The first time we'll find out what the Crows and Port Adelaide are doing with their teams. Just some news that's broken in the last couple of minutes. Justin Longmuir of the Fremantle Dockers has just signed on to be coach until the end of 2025 with a 1-year extension, which leaves the only AFL coach left in waiting with a contract at the end of this year, Matthew Nicks. So we'll see where that lands very soon. 4:45, we've got Willem Drew coming up shortly. Let's check your roads. Rossdale Homes, Adelaide's fixed price custom home builder, because trust is a must.
G'day there at Marston. Twisted traffic light from an early collision on South Road near Everard Avenue. Morford Vale, Burstwater Main South Road near O'Sullivan's Beach Road. And Regency Park, a crash, Grand Junction Road near Gallipoli Drive. Getting busy South Road at Edwardstown with the camera doors right at Door Park. The BMW sale event is on now. Enjoy savings equal to the GST on select BMW vehicles across the range. Visit your participating BMW dealer today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. SA footy legend Graham Corns joins the 5AA Sports Show. Monday arvos from 4:30. Thanks to BL Shipway, a South Australian institution looking after SA's hydraulic and pneumatic needs for over 70 years.
Make your move into a new Mazda at the Mawson Lakes Mazda M event. From March 12 to 16, enjoy an M event bonus of up to $2,000 off a wide range of 2023 plated Mazda models, including the CX-3, CX-30, CX-5 and BT50. Head to Mawson Lakes Mazda for the M event and make it yours while stocks last. Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city. Terms, conditions and exclusions apply. See mazda.com.au for details.
For over 3 decades, Regent Homes has been synonymous with crafting architecturally bespoke homes, each one a testament to Regent Homes' unwavering commitment to design, quality and sophistication. And because Regent Homes is a South Australian family-owned company, they understand more than anyone what it takes to build a family home. Experience Regent Homes' award-winning display homes at Lightsview and Blackwood Park. Innovative design, elevated living. Visit regenthomes.com.au.
Just a quick text on the unique home style food text. Hey, Row, you beep, beep, beep. You left out Michael, Lenny. I did too.
You can't leave him out.
No, but I just didn't write his name down. He's a first picker.
Of course he's there.
Come
He's
on.
in. Good.
Come
So
on,
silly.
I think the team's easy to pick. Hey, the Toolkit Depot exclusive 3-day Makita sale event is on now.
Yes, it is.
It's on until Saturday. Whether you're shopping in store or online, don't miss out on these incredible Makita deals.
I can make them even better for you.
Please.
Sign up for free as a TKD club or trade member, and you'll get double discounts on the entire Makita range. Now that's power tools, outdoor gear, accessories, 12 volt, 18 volt, 40 volt, anything Makita means double the savings for TKD members. How good's that?
That is great. Plus, Mega Makita battery deals are exclusive offers across the 3 days.
Yeah, Mega Makita, Mega Makita, Mega Makita. Just keep saying it. It's great. Toolkit Depot's 3-day Makita sale. It ends this Saturday. Head into store, hop online, toolkitdepot.com.au. Toolkit Depot. Everything you need to get the job done.
When was the last time we just ditched the weekend chores and had some fun? At Sip and Save, we believe the time is now. Buy a Hahn Super Dry 3.5 30-pack for $55.99 and enter at sipandsave.com.au for your chance to win a super weekender trip for you and 3 friends. We've also got Cooper's Pale Ale 24-pack for $57.99 and Sky Vodka 700ml for $42.99. You can expect more from Sip and Save. More deals, more range, more service. Terms and conditions apply. Prices may vary in country areas.
Sip and Save. There's more in store.
Stay safe and secure with Care Alert's GPS personal alarm. If an emergency happens, just press the SOS button to call for help. And at the same time, it will send your exact location via SMS to your emergency contacts. The Care Alert also has fall detection, and you can even speak through your pendant. All for just $379 with free programming and delivery included. Contact Care Alert on 1300 75 85 95 or visit carealert.com.au.
Nothing holding you back with no stamp duty, no third party, no registration. Across the model year 23 Volvo mild hybrid range. Book a 48-hour test drive today. Terms and conditions at volvocars.com.au. Volvo.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Yeah, it's 11 minutes to 5. Caroline Wilson's coming up at 5 o'clock. We got Stephen Bomber Clifford later on for Where Are They Now, which should be a lot of fun. Plus, stay listening. Port Adelaide Locker Room tickets to give away. Valued at $380 per person. We have 2 opportunities for you tonight to win a double pass to get along to this weekend's game against the Eagles.
Well, Rowey, only 3 more sleeps to my beloved Port Adelaide take on the West Coast Eagles. A bloke that's just joined the leadership group for the first time is joining us, Willem Drew. G'day, Willem.
G'day, boys. Thanks for having me on.
First of all, mate, congratulations on being in that group. That's a really nice feather in your cap, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. I suppose when Kenny sort of let me know, obviously pretty pumped and, pretty special to be a part of the leadership group and, something I'm pretty proud of.
Hey, mate, saw your internal trial. You had the pink hat on there. Was that a little bit of was it the AC that was playing up at that stage?
Yeah, it was. I actually run into big advanced adult training.
Don't recommend it?
No, I don't recommend it. Just hurt the AC a little bit. So, I was in the pink hat for a couple of weeks, which is just no contact. But, I'm back to normal now.
Which was excellent. I thought the FIVEAA trial, one as a team, I thought we really got a few of the things we're obviously trying to do going well. But yourself, I thought your hands were really sharp.
Yeah, overall as a team, we're really happy with how our sort of trial went against FIVEAA. And, we sort of made a big focus sort of around our defence and trying to get that right going into the season. And, I think overall the coaches are pretty happy and it was good to get some game time into the boys and play against some opposition.
Round 1 selection, probably often the hardest to do, I reckon. And with our list, Ollie Lord aside, just about everyone's available for senior selection. It's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't like to be the coaches in those sort of meetings. I'm sure there'll be a few arguments trying to get a few boys over the line, but at this time of year, it's always a good thing as well. And I suppose it puts pressure on boys that are selected to perform, and the ones that miss out have to step up and show what they've got.
I love your role in Port's midfield. You can pick and set with your consistency and that high level of consistency. How are they going to roll you all through there? I'm hearing Ollie Wines is going to get more midfield minutes. How will that affect your game, Willem?
Look, I think looking back to last year, we obviously all rotated through sort of different positions as well. I suppose Ollie was on the wing a little bit, I was on the wing, but I suppose for me it might mean a couple more minutes out on the wing, and I suppose the other boys, they might be rotating forward as well. So, I think looking back to last year, we did it pretty well, and this year I've got no doubt it'll be no issues.
Yeah, I guess it is. You're a bloke that loves playing midfield minutes. Most of the midfielders say they do. To have to be flexible and roll out onto a half-forward, half-back, off or wing, can affect your consistency, can't it? So it's going to be a balance with your midfield coach, Kari, getting the right guys in at the right time when the team needs it, Willem.
Yeah, I think you summed up pretty well there, and so spot on. It does, I suppose, can affect a few things here and there, but as long as we get that balance right, we can get everyone firing and playing well in all positions, it should have an impact.
What are your work-ons? Because when they set you for a player, God, you just put him to bed. But I reckon you added last year some real offence to your game, getting on the end of it and being real creative, a couple of nice inside 50 deliveries and that. Are you trying to work on your offence a bit more as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me, I'm not just a shutdown player every week, so it's sort of depending on opposition and how opposition players are going. But for me in my game, it's about sort of giving the ball to players in better positions and making sure I'm still damaging on the offensive end.
You started off as a speedy wingman, mate, didn't you? Hey?
Yes, floating around the wing in the Magpies. That's where I first started.
Remember it well. Hey, mate, the other thing I picked up, I reckon, our overlapping run in the pre-season's been really impressive. Everybody coming from behind has been terrific.
Yeah, it has been. I suppose look at our high backs and the sort of weapons that they've got, their ability to sort of use their legs and get the ball going forward, it's a real sort of asset to our game for sure.
And Mitch Mead, I think his pre-season has not put a foot wrong. He's almost sort of forced himself into selection.
Yeah, Jackson.
Jackson, sorry, mate, that's his brother, Mitch.
That's his brother, yeah.
He'd be happy with that.
He probably would be, actually, yeah. No, but Mead, he's had a great pre-season, and he's been a really consistent player for a number of years in the sample, and probably just hasn't had his opportunity. But look, this pre-season he hasn't put a foot wrong, and he's been in the team and deservedly so.
Yeah, the desire to sort of move that ball quickly forward by hand or foot, and I noticed last year 90% of our kicks were in a forward direction, which was the highest of anybody in the league. So that's a really nice way to get home to goal quickly. Yeah,
exactly right. I think we sort of want to take the quickest route home, and getting the ball forward sort of works for us, and that's something that we'll continue to do.
Let's be honest, Eagles are struggling. I'm not going to say they stink. They're better than that. But what are their strengths? What are the things you've got to worry about?
Look, I think that it's obviously both of our first game. It's not a game that we can take lightly. So, obviously we haven't got any past games to sort of go off. But obviously being in round one, we've got to make sure that we're up to standard in our A game and really bring the brand of footy that we want to play.
Okay. SPP's got to watch the first 4 rounds. Who's going to take over from him being that, we call him the barometer. God, he ignites you guys. Do you feel you all need to take a bit of that, how he plays into your games?
Oh, well, yeah, absolutely love how Pep plays, and I suppose he's sort of someone you sort of can't replace. But, I definitely think people will have to step up, and as I said before, we've got a really healthy list, so plenty of options to choose from, and I'm sure whoever they pick will do a great job.
Hey, mate, I've noticed too, we're not afraid to use the corridor as a footy team. Does it vary from, say, Adelaide Oval, which is a bit narrower, to when you play on the MCG? Do you adjust at all?
So swinging back to past season, probably not a whole lot, maybe a little bit, but for the most part, we sort of like to play the way we do the same, no matter what sort of ground we play on or who we're sort of coming up against. So, not a massive difference.
No, fair. And Connor Rosie, I'm only going by the pre-season so far. I reckon he's had a really confident start in the number one.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, first year as captain, and he's done a fantastic job so far. And, really excited for him. And he's had a super pre-season, and obviously an absolute gun player. So really looking forward to him to get to work. And I know he's super excited to run out there on Sunday, first time in number one.
Well, you'll get a terrific support from your good self, mate, because you support all your teammates. We're proud of what you've done so far, but we're really looking forward to what's going to happen in 2024, mate. All the best with it.
Absolutely, Nat. Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Cheers. That's Willem Drew, part of the leadership group at Port Adelaide. They take on the West Coast Eagles Sunday.
Yes, looking forward to it. And of course, if you want Port Adelaide FIVEAA locker room tickets, we have them in the next half hour to give away. So stay tuned. News coming up. Caroline Wilson to join us next.
Rowey and Timmy G on the FIVEAA Sports Show.
The M event is coming to Mazda's home in the hills, Mount Barker Mazda. From March 10 to 17, enjoy up to $2,000 off a wide range of 2023 plated Mazda models with a $1,000 cashback and $2,000 minimum trade-in on offer. We won't be beaten on price. For T's and C's, head to mountbarkermazda.com.au. For M event savings, take the road less travelled to Mount Barker Mazda. Mount Barker Road, Totnes, LMVD 325189.
Unique, loyal, fun-loving. That's what we look for in our pals. When you're next spending time with your best friends, don't forget some of the best pals you can have. Parafield Airport Liquor Store has your everyday favourites right through to those hard-to-find products. That's what great pals do. Sam and Jamie from Parafield Airport Liquor Store know every drop on the shelf, so you can always rely on their advice. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pals. next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
Go Vita, your local health food shops. Over 30 years health and wellness experience and over 300 natural health practitioners specialising in you.
Hi, I'm Beck from Go Vita at Manapara. Try NutriVital Premium Stress and Anxiety 60 tabs, now $29.95, save 40%. For those moments when life gets a little too hectic. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
Go Vita, Colonnades, Fairview Green, Marion, Mount Barker, Manopara, Semaphore and Tanunda.
Must be footy.
Yeah.
La Vida.
It is. It's on.
It's the absolute treasure in the West. Everyone knows about the La Vita Ristorante. Do yourself a favour, pop in for a mouth-watering lunch or dinner. Once you have, like us, you'll keep going back again and again and again, just like I do.
Yes, correct, as well as the mouth-watering Italian cuisine. The entire range of pizzas from the pizzeria are all delicious. Anthony fires up the pizza oven from 5 p.m, that's now, so you can dine in or grab a couple on the takeaway and take them home.
That's the way to do it. It's brilliant. Now, besides the amazing food, the best part that I love about La Vida, it's got to be the warm, friendly family atmosphere. Rachel and Anthony, they're brilliant. The entire team, they treat everyone like family.
Yeah, I know Daniel down there, he just learns everybody's name within a heartbeat, gets your orders right. Amazing. Just fantastic.
You do feel like you're in Italy.
Oh,
the food is exceptional.
It's a perfect place for functions as well. So birthdays, christenings, engagements, sport club celebrations, they can cater up for up to 200 guests with 3 separate areas available. So if you've just got your personal best in golf, go and celebrate down at La Vida.
Stop it.
With the bloke who beat you by a stroke.
Yeah, La Vida, open Tuesday to Sunday for lunch and dinner. It's on 342 Grange Road, Kidman Park. Honestly, you'll love it.
The very latest news and information. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Cloudy tonight, down to 16. A possible shower tomorrow, 29. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
Agostino Mitsubishi's Good to Go giveaway is on now. Receive a bonus $2,000 fuel card on 2023 Build Triton.
Warren Treadray hasn't ruled out an appeal after losing his COVID vaccine court case against the Nine Network, the judge handing down the decision this afternoon. The Port Adelaide legend was seeking millions of dollars in compensation. He's now been ordered to pay Nine's court and legal costs. Treadray says it's a disappointing result.
It's been a challenging period, but a difficult one, and we didn't get the rub of the green today, but it might not be over.
Heavily armed anti-terror police will help patrol Rundle Mall after a spike in violence. They'll be part of a highly visible police presence designed to quickly respond to incidents and act as a deterrent. Only yesterday, shop workers in the mall were threatened by 2 men with an axe who stole clothing. Assistant Commissioner Scott Duval says efforts are continuing to find the pair.
Any incident of violence against a retail worker is incredibly concerning, and that's why the investigative effort is going into finding those 2 people, holding them to account for the offence yesterday, and as well as just our ability to be proactive and just be in the mall, it allows us to respond quickly if something happens.
Adelaide City Councillor Henry Davis says safety is paramount.
It doesn't matter how many cameras you have or even how many police are there. If someone's going to pull out an axe and threaten someone, that's going to be an issue for that particular individual, So I do want to give confidence to the community that all eyes are on this issue, from the Premier to the Council to the police, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure that people feel safe in this very important retail shopping precinct.
The price hike on food and drink at Adelaide Oval is happening for a 3rd straight season. An average of 30 to 50 cents has been added to items. Hot chips will now set you back $6.70, with a pint of full-strength beer at $9.90. Adelaide Oval Chief Executive Nick Addison has defended the increases.
We've been particularly strategic about minimising the price increases where we can, so I don't expect to have a flow-on effect that people won't attend the footy.
The federal government has signalled there will be very little in the way of new spending in the May budget. A fall in iron ore prices and a rise in the jobless rate is expected to wipe billions from the bottom line. Treasury predicts revenue will be lower than the figure predicted just a few months ago. Treasurer Jim Chalmers says he'll be taking a prudent approach.
There will likely be additional cost of living help in the budget, but it won't be anywhere near the magnitude of those tax cuts. Any extra help will be targeted, responsible and affordable. There will not be big cash splashes in the budget. It's as simple as that.
National security fears are at the centre of an attempt to ban popular app TikTok in America. The House of Representatives has approved a bill which, if enacted, would give the platform an ultimatum. Cybersecurity expert Susan McLean says it's been a long time coming.
I think as we've progressed, more and more has been found out, and now, it did pass in the US overnight. They are now considering a ban unless ByteDance, the parent company, removes all ties with China.
Juicy fruit and PK chewing gum are going sugar-free, so they've been pulled from shelves ahead of the makeover. The new recipe will see the sugar shell coating scrapped. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
The exceptional sale is on at Berkowitz. Save 25 to 50% off all Berkowitz furniture. Ends soon.
Tonight, Carlton take on Richmond at the MCG as round 1 gets underway in the AFL. And we'll find out who's in and who's out for the Crows and Port later this hour. Adelaide face the Suns on Saturday. The Power host the Eagles on Sunday. Fremantle senior coach Justin Longmuir will be with the club until the end of 2025 after signing a 1-year contract extension. It comes after talk of discontent within the Dockers side. St Kilda coach Ross Lyon says the side is excited and nervous ahead of their clash with Geelong on Saturday night. The Saints will be without Jack Sinclair, while Liam Henry and Riley Bonner will make their debut. Lyon says they're embracing facing such a challenging opponent in their first game of the season.
Look, it's where we want to be though. We want to be in the cut and thrust, we want to be challenged, we want to be tested, and our young players and our leaders, it's part of their growth, and you can't sneak around in the competition. So the AFL saw fit to send us down there, so we're going.
That's sport. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Electrical issues? Ken Hall Plumbers also provide electrical services. For reliable electrical services, give Ken a call.
At Marsden, a twisted traffic light from an earlier collision on South Road near Everard Avenue. At Brighton, a breakdown Brighton Road near Sturt Road. Crash at St Peters, Paynham Road near Stephen Terrace. And a burst water main at Morford Farm, Main South Road near O'Sullivan's Beach Road. Cameras today, Dawes Road, Melrose Park and Cormac Road at Wingfield. The King Living Anniversary Sale ends Sunday. Save up to 50% on selected Australian Design Award-winning furniture. Sale ends Sunday. Visit the King Living Keswick showroom today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Cloudy tonight, down to 16. A possible shower tomorrow, 29. Saturday, partly cloudy, 31. Sunday, a possible shower, 32. Right now, it's 23 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, anti-terror cops armed with rifles to patrol Rundle Mall. Food prices soaring at Adelaide Oval. We break down the costs. The deadly disease that's on the rise. How to spot the symptoms. Shock new details about Sam Kerr's prison stay. And how Qantas is helping passengers fly more for less. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Due to thermal expansion, the Eiffel Tower can grow 15 centimetres taller in summer. You can harness the power of the sun too this summer with a 200-watt solar mat from Aldi for $229. Sun. Portable, easy to use and ideal for camping, it's special you can buy at the Aldi Camping Essentials Sale this Saturday. Ooh la la. Range differs between stores while stocks last. Aldi. Good. Different.
Hearing Australia's Hearing the Nation tour is coming to Adelaide, delivering free hearing checks for adults. Search Hearing the Nation for more.
Hearing Australia.
Conditions apply under the Australian Government Hearing Services Program.
The news and issues that matter to South Australia. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Welcome back at 8 minutes after 5. Still coming up on the show this hour. Where are they now? 5:30 with Stephen Bomber Clifford. Should be a lot of fun, that. We've got the Reds captain Ryan Kiddo to join us. Crows and Port will name their round 1 teams at 10 minutes to 6, so we'll have that for you first. And your first chance to win your way to the 5AA locker room for Port Adelaide and the West Coast on Sunday. They're valued at $380 per person, these tickets. They are the absolute duck's guts. So we'll play Timmy's new quiz before 5:30. But right now, it's time to welcome in football's first lady,
Caroline Wilson. Thanks to Harvey Norman Clearance Centre. Cooking appliances, washing machines, dishwashers, TVs and more. 919 Marion Road, Marion.
Well, it's Carlton versus Tigers tonight. It is the real round one. Caro, welcome.
Stephen, great to hear from you. Look, you're not complaining about the round last week, are you?
Yeah,
I thought it was fabulous.
Nah, it's a joke.
That sort of attitude is the same as people who complain that South Australian football clubs get an extra home game at Gather Round. That's how narrow-minded you sound. Seriously, and or people saying there should be a showdown in Gather Round. Everybody gets a go of having their moment in the sun, and this is the northern state.
Is it worth being half pregnant? Why do 8 teams get to play and 10 don't? Why do they get an extra bye?
Well, they don't get an extra bye. They've had to play a game a week early. Your blokes have had a extra week's rest. I mean, I think, it is like the carry-on about the Adelaide and Port Adelaide getting the extra home game. I don't buy it. Sorry.
All right.
I thought it was great, and we're all going to do better as an industry. Not that I'm part of the industry. I'm a commentator, and I shouldn't say we, but the game will do better as an industry if the game is bigger in Sydney, and if clubs like GWS aren't costing the AFL millions and millions of dollars every year to pump up.
Yeah, the only question I asked on that, Caro, was could they still have done exactly what they've done, but then played the other 10 teams just in the south? And they still have their blockbuster rounds. They still have everybody go up there. It doesn't affect a Collingwood supporter or Carlton supporter going up north if they still played the other games down south on the Sunday even.
But, I mean, I just think the fact that, the entire football world's attention was on, for one day, Greater Western Sydney and their home ground. This club has been begging for blockbusters and don't really ever receive them.
Yeah,
everyone
I agree
was
with
looking
that.
at footy in Sydney on Thursday night. I mean, I honestly think it's the same as people who bag Gather Round. Of course, there's a slight inequity. The Adelaide clubs get an extra home game, but there are other things they don't get. And in the end, it all comes... Look, the competition isn't equal, but I don't mind. I loved it. I don't think... For Richmond and Melbourne, it's only really a 9 or 10 day break thereby because they have to play a Wednesday night game for Anzac Eve this year. Yeah. So I think it's a bit penny pinching myself.
Yeah, fair call.
Mean spirited.
Yeah, just as a principle, I don't like propping up the weak, but that's another argument. Hey, Brendan Gale, is he off to Tassie?
He is. I think that he will tell the Richmond board within a matter of weeks, certainly months, because he's got a 6-month clause in his contract, which means if he wants to leave the club, he has to give them 6 months' notice. I think after everything is achieved at that club, over 15 years as CEO and close to 13 as a player, I don't think that they would hold him to that, and I think they'll be devastated to lose him. They might even try and convince him to stay for another year. I don't think he will. I'm certain he won't. I think Tasmania were determined to get off on the right foot. And let's face it, I mean, as you two know, you're industry observers, there are just not that many really gun CEOs in the competition.
And I understand them chasing him. Their other issue is this stadium, is it not? Is that one of his jobs? Try and get that through?
Well, it will be. I mean, I guess it will be. I think everyone's predicting a minority government with the election. There's going to be a big announcement on Monday night, the name of the club and the colours, etc., etc. I'm actually not sure if it wasn't the right thing just to hold off that announcement. But anyway, as long as this Premier is strong enough, I think it's not going to be a problem. And even if he isn't, I think the AFL and the deal they've got with the federal government and the willingness of this board, the Tasmanian board, headed by Grant O'Brien, is going to just prove too compelling. I mean, I refuse to believe, Tim, that the people of Tasmania in the end are going to vote down getting their own club.
I agree.
True.
They'll want it.
Let's hope it gets through. Hey, Channel 7 and Lee Matthews parted way. That was a surprise.
Well, not really. When you go back to COVID And you remember that terrible period when all the games pretty much were being played in Queensland and all the hubs were up there.
Correct.
And Lee Matthews was living in Brisbane and Seven weren't using him on their coverage. They preferred to use Luke Hodge. Now, Luke Hodge is doing a really good job in his new role as a commentator, but at that time I thought, this is extraordinary. You've got, Brian Taylor having to go and spend time in quarantine before he can call games.
Yep.
And you've got someone there who could be at every game with special comments. You're not using him. I think this year they'd scheduled him to do 4 games. 4.
Right, 4. That's not many.
Now, and he started to do a bit of stuff with Channel 9, and obviously he works for 3AW, which is now under the 9 umbrella. And it just made so much sense to me that he would come across. And look, I don't think he wants to work as full-time as he used to, and I think he even questioned for how much longer he'd do the 3AW Saturday pre-game. Yep. But 9 have convinced him that he doesn't have to spend every weekend in Melbourne when he does the new Footy Furnace show. He can spend every second week in Melbourne and do the rest of them via link from Brisbane. And that just shows how much... I mean, 9 do have a history. They brought Lou Richards out of retirement, remember? All those years ago.
The footy show.
After Seven dumped
Sunday.
him. And I don't... Look, Lee is obviously older than he was, but I find his commentary just as compelling as ever, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
We love him.
Yeah, we're big fans.
We're biased. We're massive fans. He wants a send-off rule. Do you agree with that one?
I'm beginning to think he's right. I mean, obviously, his point is that the AFL clearly don't trust their own officiators because they're worried that they would make the wrong call, and there would be times when maybe it would be proven it was the wrong call. But I think for the super obvious ones, I think it's got to start happening. Lee's thing is, you put someone out of a game, it's not fair to the other team if they're a man down. As, North were in that practice game a few weeks ago when Simpkin went down. I know that Braden Maynard got off in the qualifying final, but maybe he wouldn't get off under the current rules. In fact, I don't think he would because they changed the rules after that tribunal decision. And I think that Lee's right. Lee's thing is if they're not 100% sure, get the officiators to quickly look at the incident. I think the lack of fair... There are so many unfair things about this game. And people think that Melbourne bitched and moaned about Angus Brayshaw for too long, but... they only lost that game by less than a kick. Maybe it would have been different had they had Brayshaw on the ground and Maynard not done what he did.
Yeah, it's a tough one, that one, to go back over it. What's your game of the round this weekend, Caro?
I think the ramifications... By the way, the 2 South Australia teams are pretty off Broadway, aren't they?
Yeah, we like that, but we like sitting under the radar.
Yes, it's
4 p.m. on Sunday for Port, and the Crows playing 8 o'clock Saturday night on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, there's no favours there.
No.
No, I guess it'll change in a few weeks. But I think that there are 4 games at the MCG, but the one that really, really is intriguing me is Melbourne versus the Bulldogs. These 2 clubs have got a big rivalry. Melbourne, after everything that's gone on in the pre-season, I just don't believe can go into their 3rd game down dipping 2. I mean, that sort of is a bit of a problem then. I think that the Bulldogs have also had an off-season of discontent where they've done this internal review and they've made some big changes. Matthew Egan is basically now running... Well, he's sort of running football and he's playing a much, much closer role with the coach Luke Beveridge, who's, clearly under the pump. And there is a view that Luke Beveridge has been allowed to get out of control and maybe it's the Bulldogs' fault that they let this happen. Is it Amit Baines' fault? Is it Chris Grant's fault? Well, Amit Baines is still CEO, but Chris Grant no longer has the control over the football department that he once did. So I think Beveridge has been given one more chance to prove that he can change and fix... I mean, he says he has a great relationship with the players, but there's clearly been some problems there with the coach, and I think they might be ongoing. But so I think the Bulldogs would be desperate to get up with a first win, and Melbourne cannot go 0-2. I'm really interested to see how Clayton Oliver performs. Is he better for the run? I mean, he wasn't too bad last weekend, but... I mean, he didn't set the world on fire. He certainly justified his position in the team. And the longer he plays, Clayton Oliver, and plays well and doesn't stuff up again, the more chance he has of winning back the trust of his teammates.
Yeah. Fair call there. Now, we do know that you've had your thoughts and commentary on Alistair Clarkson, and last week you told us that it's another one on his record book.
Mm.
Can he actually change his character now?
Well, I said he'd get a fine, and he did. I think the fine should have been bigger. And as I said last week, I think he should have been, if not suspended, then banned from going down to the ground for a couple of weeks. I know Stephen thinks I'm being a bit woke when I say this, but the fact that Clarkson and his team are bringing in a language sort of expert counsellor to try and improve his language, recognising that it's got out of control, the fact that this ongoing counselling is continuing to try and get him to address his behaviour. I still think he's hopeless at apologising, but he has admitted he needs to change. I don't know if... Can you change at 55?
Well, I think you can. He wants to. The endeavour for him is to be there. But Kara, I'd love to see you do a one-on-one with him on your podcast, Don't Shoot the Messenger. I'd pay for that.
Well, I've spoken one-on-one with him before, and I ran into him earlier this year at a function for Tasmanian, actually, that he just turned up to out of interest, because he's a great, industry supporter. And there's so much about Alistair Clarkson I love. If he agreed to it, Stephen, I'd be happy to do it.
Okay.
Happy to do it. I don't think I'm being too harsh on him, and I'm not the only one, but I think Andrew Dillon went too soft in the end.
Okay.
I really do.
20K, was it?
20K, 2 weeks suspended suspension.
Yep.
He's got to do some pride work and counselling.
Yep.
Because there is a recognition that his comments were construed as homophobic. And we're looking at these racism claims now coming back out of the 80s. Now, how the AFL responds now to homophobic commentary could be instructive to what happens to the AFL 20 years into the future when the world will have changed again, Tim.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Can you believe there's a class action from our Indigenous brothers dating back to 75 that the AFL's got to face? And the names
I think it's dating back to the 80s, isn't it? And the Cracker Brothers, their era. I can believe it. Well, we knew this was mooted last year, if you remember.
Yeah, I do.
And they were concerned about it then. Now, I talked to some people of, who come from other parts of Europe and said they were called dreadful names in the 80s. Speak to people who, were absolutely denigrated for the way they looked. How do you differentiate, Stephen? Is Indigenous racial abuse worse? Well, you could say that the history of Indigenous Australians and the pain and the torment and some of the stuff they went through, the Cracker Brothers certainly are arguing that this has come to cause great trauma for them years after they retired. And given that there was a law in place that said you couldn't racially vilify people, could the AFL be found culpable because their umpires didn't do enough to stop it? I don't know. The AFL say they're very confident that they will, that this will go. But I think Stephen Mead, the AFL's legal counsel, who seems to be public enemy number one with some of the clubs at the moment, but is under enormous pressure to see this out. And there's a lot of people bagging the lawyers involved and saying they're ambulance chasing, but there's no doubt the Cracker Brothers have a lot of residual pain for what they had to put up with. And I don't think any of us can deny that they were racially abused, and it was pretty horrific.
Yeah, exactly right. Pain's pain. I mean, some are more sensitive than others, and, it's their pain, so they deal with it as they like. Hey, Cara, as always, thanks for that. Richmond or Carlton tonight? Who are you tipping?
I've tipped the Blues, although I'm confident. I'm confident the Tigers will make a better fist of it than they did last week, but who knows? No, I think the Blues will get up. I've tipped the Blues to win the flag, and I didn't see anything. Well, I wasn't so sure in the first quarter last week, but that changed, and we're counting down the weeks to gather round. Well, I'll be at the Adelaide Oval with you live.
Done, Caro, and it's our shout. We'll see you then.
What are you shouting me?
A box of Hague's chocolates. I'd know some
I'll take
spritzes.
that.
Nice.
Where did we take you out last time up there at McGill Estates.
No, well, this year at Glenelg, I'm looking forward to that. Channel 9 are doing the big extravaganza show on the Tuesday night.
Yes, good.
And the Offsiders is coming over. We're doing an OB on the Sunday.
Oh, you'll be too busy for me then, Caro.
I won't. We're never too busy for you. And enjoy the real round one. Boys.
We will do. Caroline Wilson there for Harvey Norman Clearance Centre. From cooking appliances to washing machines, dishwashers, TVs and more. There's new stock arrives weekly, all with manufacturer's warranties. It is a mighty store, as is Caro. Harvey Norman Clearance Centre, 919 Marion Road, Marion.
Here's what's happening on your roads.
G'day there at Brighton, a breakdown. Brighton Road near Sturt Road, crash at Urbray, Fullerton Road near Kitchener Street, Sanderburst, Watermain at Morford Vale, Main South Road near O'Sullivan's Beach Road. Got a twisted traffic light at Marston through an earlier collision South Road near Everard Avenue with cameras, Dawes Road, Door Park and Duthie Street at Malvern. Afterpay Day is here. Seize the deals with Baby Bunting Spend and Save promotion. The more you spend, the more you save. T's and C's apply. Ends March 17. See afterpay.com for Afterpay terms. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
'Cause I'm Timmy G.
You know what that means. We have another double pass to give away to the Port Adelaide locker room, the 5AA locker room this Sunday, Port West Coast. If you want to head along, we have the quiz for you next. 82230055 reserve seating in the Riverbank Stand level 1, a pre-game dinner box. You got desserts and Balfours at half-time, a continuous 5-hour beverage package worth $380 per person. It is something you do not want to miss.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
If you need to fix your pipes, call Precise. Call Precise. If your toilet's blocking up, call Precise. Call Precise. If your lights aren't turning on, or your hot water is gone, or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Precise.
Precise Plumbing and Electrical. Call 1300 700 200. That's 1300 700 200. Precise Plumbing and Electrical. We're helping life flow.
Or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Call Precise.
NRG Solar have moved to a new location. It's bigger and better, and their new warehouse is fully stocked with wholesale solar and battery equipment. So, if you're looking to save money on electricity and help our environment, don't wait. Visit NRG Solar at their new office on South Road St Mary's, where every 3 customers refer someone they know, which means they must be doing something right. Call into NRG Solar at their new premises, 1275 South Road, or visit nrgsolar.com.au.
All right, Rowey, get your good ear painted on, mate. How you dress in business or at special occasions speaks volumes about who you are and where you're going in the world, okay? That's why Ignition for Men, Adelaide's home of luxury menswear, offer an impeccable range of suits by leading Italian brands. Now, including the unparalleled quality and style of Armani, Canali, Zegna, and more, some of which are exclusive to Ignition for Men. Now, you went out there the other day. You can't deny this.
54 Payneham Road at Stepney. Been there for, Dad's been there for over 50 years. Honestly,
Correct.
I walked in, I felt sophisticated.
Oh,
I
yes.
walked in a little bit chubby, and I walked out lighter.
It brushes off onto you.
They made me look classy.
It's like osmosis. Seeping into you.
I walked in a slug and come out a butterfly. Honestly, it's great.
That's the spirit.
From sophisticated everyday office suits by Gibson and Joe, black to dinner dress retire, honestly. Wedding and all occasion suits, the range, the style and service, and it is the service and the quality. Ignition for Men. Just remember that. Ignition for Men is tailored to make you look and feel your best. They're tailors. Well, Dad was a tailor way back in the day. From Italy came over.
Brilliant.
I cannot wait to get my double-breasted fatty boombar jacket.
They'll make you look sharp. They can even fit you out in the latest casual wear from brands like EA7. Now, we saw a bit of this.
That was good.
It was pretty impressive.
How big's that logo?
Very big. Replay, Hugo Boss, Carl Lagerfeld, and more. Now, jump online, take a look at ignitionformen.com.au or call into the store. It's at 54 Payneham Road, Stepney. It's Adelaide's home of luxury menswear.
When was the last time we just ditched the weekend chores and had some fun?
At Sip and Save, we believe the time is now. Buy a Hahn Superdry 3.5 30-pack for $55.99 and enter at sipandsave.com.au for your chance to win a super weekender trip for you and 3 friends. We've also got Cooper's Pale Ale 24-pack for $57.99 and Sky Vodka 700ml for $42.99. You can expect more from Sip and Save. More deals, more range, more service. Terms and conditions apply. Prices may vary in country areas.
Sip and Save. There's more in store. If you're packing up your family to travel across the land will treat you different in a Dave Benson caravan. There's never any roadworks when you're driving Aussie made, and you'll always find a park that's nestled safely in the shade. The magpies will stop swooping, the kangaroos give way. You won't see a single mosquito at the end of each perfect day. And if the coppers pull you over, they won't wreck your plans when you tell them you bought Aussie made from Dave Benson Caravans.
Hearing Australia's Hearing the Nation tour is coming to Adelaide, delivering free hearing checks for adults. Search Hearing the Nation for more.
Hearing Australia.
Conditions apply under the Australian Government Hearing Services Program.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
All right, 29 minutes after 5 in just a moment, right after the headlines. Where are they now? With Stephen Bomber Clifford. You don't want to miss that, but right now we're doing this.
'Cause I'm Timmy G! Yeah, it is. It's a quiz. Get it right. You are off the 5AA locker room. Louise from Aldinga, who's Timmy.
All right, Louise, it's not that difficult. It's just higher or lower, but you have to get it correct first go. The question is, how many goals did Robbie Gray kick in his career?
I really don't know. I'm just going to guess 330.
Not too bad, Louise. Not too bad. Well played. Jake, that guess was 333.
Yep.
It's higher than that, Jake. Higher.
Sorry, the question was again?
It's how many goals did Robbie Gray kick in his career?
Robbie Gray, higher than 330.
Yep.
367.
Oh, yeah.
Jake, that's spot on.
You know what? He was stalling, asking the question so he could Google.
Jake, you're good.
Did you Google Jake from Pasadena?
I've actually got a daughter here that knows a lot about football.
Well, doesn't matter. You're in.
Take her along with you to the 5AA locker room.
Well done,
It'll be
Jake.
a fantastic experience.
Well done, Jake. All right, it's 5:30. We got the headlines coming up, and then where are they now on the other side? Don't miss. We've still got another chance for your Port locker room tickets a little bit later on.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good evening, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. Warren Tredrea has been ordered to pay Nine's court and legal costs after losing his vaccine case against the network. The footy legend claimed he was unfairly dismissed because he refused to get the COVID jab. A 16-year-old girl has been hospitalised with meningococcal disease. Nurse practitioners will soon be able to diagnose and treat patients for free in selected GP clinics across SA. And in sport, Channel 9 is reporting Adelaide Oval will be the home of the December Test for close to a decade under a new deal with Cricket Australia. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Electrical issues? Ken Hall Plumbers also provide electrical services. For reliable electrical services, give Ken a call.
G'day there at Brighton. Look out for a breakdown. Brighton Road near Sturt Road. Crash at Urbray. Fullerton Road near Kitchener Street. Another collision at Paraka, Main North Road near Montague Road. Got a burst water main slowing things up on the drive home at Morford Vale. Main South Road near O'Sullivan's Beach Road. Getting busy. Tablets Road at Glenelg North with the Camera Anzac Highway at Ashford. Freedom's Ultimate Sofa Sale weekend is on now. Get 25% off all sofas, plus get 50 months interest-free store-wide. Conditions apply only at Freedom. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, cloudy tonight down to 16, a possible shower tomorrow 29. Right now it's 24 degrees. We'll have more news at 6 and as it happens on 5AA.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
Breaking It Out yesterday was on the issue of crime in Rundle Mall. Traders fed up. We have Joe Sokash, who is the police minister, on the line now.
What's been an outrageous week. I'm disgusted to see this behaviour. I'm disgusted to see the impact that it's had on businesses.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
I asked the police commissioner. The response is very clear. A very significant surge of visible resources starting today.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
The BMW sale event is on now. Enjoy savings equal to the GST on select BMW vehicles across the range. Visit your participating BMW dealer today. Terms and conditions apply. Offer ends 18th of March 2024.
Why pick one city, one beach, one restaurant, or one view? With Celebrity Cruises, you can have it all. Explore the best of Australia, New Zealand, Europe, and Asia on ships that are destinations themselves. And now get 75% off your second guest, plus bonus savings on select dates. See celebrity.com/au, call 1800 003 002, or contact your travel advisor.
Love the team at Agostino Mitsubishi. They're out at Nailsworth. They're also out at Mawson Lakes. We're there the other day and open. Unbelievable. So if you've ever driven a Mitsubishi, do yourself a favour if you haven't drive one. They are brilliant cars. I'm not a good salesperson, but I reckon that'll be the easiest car to sell.
Oh,
a Mitsi.
Here. It was so impressive when we were out there the other day. And it's like, is it the team at Agostino Mitsubishi that make it look easy, you reckon?
Everything.
I reckon it is as well. They put smiles on dials of Adelaide's Mitsubishi lovers for over 35 years, and they're experts in exceptional service. They go above and beyond to ensure your experience is a solid 10 out of 10. I was talking to Colin Hand out there the other day.
Yep.
Now, Colin said he's been in the game 50 years.
There you go.
35 at Mitzi's. Agostino's. How's that?
Yeah. Well, no surprise.
No surprise.
Here's an example. They're good to go giveaway. Purchase a 2023 Eclipse or Outlander and you'll receive a $1,000 fuel card.
Thank you.
I mean, honestly.
Ka-ching.
Purchase a 2023 Triton. I'm in love with them.
Yeah.
Our boys
Can't frighten them.
Love them. A Pajero as well. You receive a $2,000 fuel card. That'll go a long way.
Ching, you beauty. Hurry in and meet the team at Agostino Mitsubishi Nailsworth or the brand new state-of-the-art dealership out there at Agostino Mitsubishi Mawson Lakes.
Do I buy first or sell first?
Wherever you are on your home buying journey, CommBank's lending specialists offer all the support and tools you need, every step of the way. Search CommBank Home Loans today. Applications are subject to credit approval, conditions, fees and charges apply.
Ham made from Australian pork has to meet Australia's strict quality controls and standards. And while that means us farmers have to jump through hoops, I reckon the taste's worth it. So for true Australian quality ham, just pick a pack with a pink pork logo.
Need a forklift? Don't just get a forklift, get a Toyota forklift. Toyota is the world's #1 forklift brand with a great range of pallet jacks, walkie stackers and reach forklifts right up to their leading Toyota counterbalance forklifts. Legendary reliability and safety with cleaner, greener electric options, Toyota can tailor the right forklift solution for you. It's all part of the Toyota forklift advantage. For more, visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Toyota forklift.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Yes, 24 minutes to 6. We are 15 minutes away from the Crows and Port Adelaide dropping their round 1 teams. We'll find out that very shortly. We still have another 5AA locker room double to give away as well for the Port game on Sunday between now and 7 o'clock. So stay listening, and we love your calls as well. 8223 0000. But it's time to get involved with Where Are They Now? Get a Walco blankie for your pool this summer and save water, evaporation and money. Go to walco.com.au.
The 5AA Sports Show's Where Are They Now? Past legends, past glories.
Well, this fella, I tell you what, he was a crowd favourite at Alberton. He was one of those iconic players, I reckon, that people just love to put on the back of their duffel coats and the like. And an opposition would probably look at him and go, oh, I hate him, but I love him. He's a bit of a larrikin. I tell you what a career. 211 games, 207 goals, 3 best and fairest, 3-time premiership player. I speak none other than Stephen Bomber Clifford. Welcome, Bomber. How are you, mate?
Very well, thanks, Tim. How are you?
Excellent. And I was just saying, you got a lot of manners. That's what I love about you, Bomber. You just use the beautiful English language, and then sometimes we get into the change rooms and it all changes.
That's true, mate. Is your big fat mate with you today?
Now that'll get back, Bomber.
Hey, Bomber, just before we do go on, you were part of the guys that organised, along with Albie Menzel's and that, for Northern Port to catch up at the front bar of the Alberton Hotel. What a initiative, and it was just an incredible day where you felt that respect for both clubs come out.
Yeah, it was really strange, but it was good at the same token. We're lucky to have Michael Ace there. Hugo Collins Handy, he was an absolutely marvellous man. Brenton Claby, even Rodney Pope popped in for a while and said hello. He looked like he could play again, to be quite truthful. And Lester Ross.
Yes.
They're all there, and it's going to continue over the next, for as long as we survive, I suppose. And it goes on to say that, when we were playing against teams like Nord, we were sort of, after a game, whether we won or lost, we were more or less ushered into our cars and gone back to our club to say hi to our supporters and win or lose. But the thing I missed out is I always had the feeling that the players like from Nord were taught to hate them, despise them. But after meeting them all those many years ago, it's something I wish I'd have done a lot earlier. They're great blokes and terrific people to have a beer with or whatever, just darn good fellas. And we thought quite the opposite of that when we were playing them.
Yeah. Mate, go back to your career. You started off in Victoria. You made your debut for Collingwood at age 16. I mean, we knew you were a talent. That's amazing. Why did you end up leaving Collingwood?
Well, the reason was many years ago we played against South Melbourne, who are now the Sydney Swans, and I happened to get best by the club that day. But after the game, we'd been beat by about 9 points or something. And then Captain Len Thompson told me that it was because of what I did that we did win the game. And that was, I sort of chased a lot harder in the last quarter. And I was pretty upset with that simply because when you're a young bloke, you're only 16 or 17 or only a young fella, you're trying to establish yourself in the team. I had mum, my dad there, my grandfather there, and I wanted to do really well. And what he said to me wasn't right, and I told him to get lost. But, in other words,
bet you did.
So,
it was a bit more colourful than that, Bomber.
A little bit, even at that age, mate. So I lost a bit of wanting to play for Collingwood then, and it was soon after I was contacted by Port Adelaide, and thus I ended up over there.
And that's who named you Bomber, wasn't it? Didn't you get your nickname at Port?
Yeah, he got me nickname from Jimmy the Snip. He cut me hair one day, looked like a bomber head, I tell you. And Jimmy James, his name, and great fellow Jim, still a huge follower of the club.
Yes.
And Bomber had stuck. It could have been a lot worse, but I was very happy with Bomber. Yeah,
beautiful. I thought it was because you had a bloody beautiful leg. God, you could roost it for a little fella. What?
You want to see him in stockings, mate? That'd look even better.
Oh, stop it! Hey, a B&F in your first year, so and I think I read somewhere it was a great move for you. No question, you're a star over here. But in 79, 80 and 81, you're a premiership player. Collingwood lost the grand finals in all three of those years. You were the difference, Bomber.
Could have been.
Oh, well, you never know. But I was very happy with what I was doing over here. When I initially got over here, Stephen, I had thoughts of going back in a year or two, having one more go in VFL because I thought, that was a place to be. And I come over here in late 78. Actually one of the best and fairest, like you said. And then I felt obligated to stay another year. And, of course, 79 we won the flag. And I thought, I better stay one more year. And then 79 became 80, which was a premiership. 81 became a premiership. And I won another best and fairest, I think, by then. And I just felt obligated and I wanted to stay here. It was just like a family to me. And I loved every moment I had at Port Adelaide.
How good.
You're quite the character, colourful in nature, on and off the field, without a doubt, always entertaining. At one stage, you actually lived in the Cahill household. Now, Darren Cale tells me a great story how you were actually, I think, in his room, weren't you? And,
yeah, that's very true, yep.
Yeah, and he reckons that he saw you using the old baby powder, and you told him, well, it helps with that downstairs and it grows a bit, and then you caught him, didn't you, when you went in the room?
Yeah, well, I told you if you put talcum powder down the front of your pants, you became a man a lot quicker. So what happened, I caught him doing it one day, and after I'd been there about 6 months, there was a big white mark on the floor, on the carpet where he used to do it every morning. He couldn't even get the mark off the carpet anymore, so that's how often he did it. So. And Darren will tell you that's the true story.
He loves it. He loves it. But mate, you were that character. You always did something in the rooms and what's not. You gave Jack a bit of a hard time, didn't you? You gave him a few pranks that he remembers well. Let me tell you. Tell us a couple of those. Maybe the one in the jacket.
Mate, there was one. He was going up to Leicester one night. And I'd been fishing in the day, and I caught a couple of small fish to put him in the top pocket of his suit, which was worth about $400. So when he got up to pick the team, everyone could smell fish, and then Jack put his hand in his pocket, pulled out his wallet, and he pulled out a brim. So I got a bit of not trouble for that, but you see the laugh in there. And another day, I cut the feet out of Brian Cunningham's footy socks before the final. So when he went to pull them up, they come up right over his knee, which made a bit of laugh. I've got a couple of other things I wouldn't rather go into, and you know about them, Tim.
Yes, exactly. Oh, you're a funny man. But
I've always had Steve and Tim. I've always had the thought, if you're not enjoying your footy, you're not playing well. If you're enjoying your footy and you like what you're doing, your form stays like you play good footy and the team plays well. So I've always had that thought, and that's why I played. That's what I did during the footy season.
Who did you enjoy playing against, or who did you enjoy not playing against, Bomber?
Look, Steve, I really... People often say, who was the hardest player you played against? But gee whiz, it didn't really matter. You had good days, you had bad days.
Yep. And
anyone who played AFL footy or Sanford footy were great players. I loved playing against Nordson because you didn't know the outcome. It didn't matter where we were on the ladder or they were on the ladder. We always knew it was going to be a tight squeeze. And even though we weren't favourites, I think in 1984, I always knew it was going to be hard, thus they ended up winning the game.
Yeah.
In 1980, we had a great team back then. Once again, we were favourites in 80. But we had a pretty strong team, and I knew if we played average footy, we'd win. If we played good footy, we'd win well. But once again, Norwood would give us a run for their money. And once again, all the top teams, your Glenelg and these sort of teams, they give us a hard time. Central was always tough at Centrals. I like to get out of that area pretty quickly, mate, because I get scored off the ground one day by the horse, so I give a bloke a clip behind the ear.
Oh, did
you? I got out of that area as quick as I could. The following week, I ended up bail in the post. I think I got a $150 fine for speeding. That was coming home from Central.
So nothing for what you get on the footy field, but speeding on the way home. That's
trying to
not
fair. Hey, Bomber, tell us about the Torp in 1981. I think you're inside the square. You've absolutely belted it. It's gone post high, straight through the goals. And there's been lots of stories about it, but you reckon it went that far, it landed at St Kilda, didn't you?
Yeah, I went a little bit further. When I got it back, they reckon the ball had another postcode on it.
That's funny.
He reckons that the club made him pay the cab fare to get it back from St Kilda.
That's funny.
Oh, very funny, man. Hey, mate, what about some of the blokes you played with? And, of course, the sad passing of David Granger last week. You guys were close during your footy career, weren't you?
Yeah, David and I were very close. He suffered with bipolar, which a lot of people didn't know.
Yeah.
So he had huge mood swings. And it was very sad in respect that we lost David. Not many people knew him as well as I did. He didn't have many friends when he passed, and so he died a lonely man, I believe. So it doesn't matter who they are. They do good, they do bad over the course of their lives. But it was just a sad loss for me. And a loss of a good bloke in my eyes, but a lonely person too. So, yeah.
That is sad.
What about some of the understated players that you played with, Bomber, that you thought, gee, he never quite got the accolades that he probably should have, but he was a good player?
I believe, when I look at the team, Lenny Warren, played wonderful footy off a half-back flank, got relatively unknown.
Yeah.
Peter Hoffner was another one. Played off a half-back flank, but gee whiz, you couldn't catch him and kick the ball a heck of a long way.
Yeah.
Ian Bradmore played off back out of a back pocket. It was sort of the blokes who didn't play on the ball, centre-line players. Tony Martin, who came from Melbourne,
That's
probably
right.
the most skilled person I'd played footy with. could kick a ball a long way, Mark, and probably one bloke who consistently beat Marshall from Glenelg on the wing, consistently beating time after time.
He was a good
So
player.
there's a few, and of course yourself, but you turned that around, but didn't you, mate, become captain and star and everything? So you're the king of the castle now, mate.
Oh, Bomber. Hey, you finished in 86. You're only, what, 30?
Yep.
Tell us about that.
Well, I finished in 1986, and I left Port, and I thought to myself, it's best just you leave when you're playing reasonable footy rather than try and play another year and play every footy and getting dropped. So I ended up leaving, and I ended up playing at Greenacres, which is up near Yatala Penitentiary. I thought I'd better go there. Might have to get used to the area at some stage. And
great success, didn't you, Bomber?
And lucky enough to coach a winning team in Divi 1 amateur footy. So that was good. So yeah, that's right. I did my amateur stuff there.
You did take to coaching pretty well, mate. Because didn't you get a lot of success at Woody South as well? When I first went to Woody South, believe it or not, we'd won our first 5 out of 7 games, I think, and I become pretty hard on a few players. I didn't think I thought should have been doing a bit more, and I ended up getting a sack out of Woody South, which was sad. And I come back a few years later and coached them again, and I went to the grand final with Woody South. So that part of it was good also. Oh, brilliant! Because your lad played a lot of footy there, and then he took over as coach as well, and he got a flag as well, at least, didn't he? At least one.
Adam got 3 flags, I think, at Woody South, 2 or 3 flags, and now he's head of footy department at Woody South and become. They're just getting where they want to be at the moment, guys. Guys are playing for the right reason. And, of course, my grandson, Abel, he plays at Woody South also. He's only under 9. But, I go to the footy and have a look at him. So that's a bit of fun also.
Brilliant. Tell Rowey about the time you're on the KG footy show and you asked KG about the new recruit we were getting.
Yeah, well, it was after the grand final. I think it was 1980. Rowey KG was asked us if anything happened the following year. And I said, there was a bloke who used to play for Richmond as a gunplay. He had won a game at Glenelg, I think. Royce Hart, his name was.
Royce Hart.
And I said to Ken, we've got a new recruit. It's Royce Hart's brother, Duke. And Ken said, I do fart. I said, no, did you? and that was on live TV. And, of course, Ken, he fell apart a bit on that.
So did that just come off the top of your head or was that preconceived?
Yeah, it did, mate, believe it or not. Yeah, just come off the top of my head.
You were quick
I reckon if I told him today, he'd get caught on it again.
Oh, yeah, he would. He would. Bring up the Sunday roast.
So, Bomber, do you watch Port now? Is it still your club? You love the AFL?
Oh, look, to be really honest, Steve, I don't love the style of footy that they play these days. It's a little, to me, it's a bit overcoached and overplayed and this sort of stuff. My grandson loves it, so he goes, or I'll go with him and Adam and watch the footy. But I'm not a huge follower of it, but at the same time, I still like to see Port Adelaide win. It is the club that I follow. It is the club that I love. So, yeah, that's there forever.
Oh, brilliant, Bomber. Mate, we've been dying to get you on Where Are They Now for Walco. We really appreciate your time, mate, and no doubt we'll catch up for another beer soon.
I'd like to thank you and the fat one for asking me along, mate, and it's been a great time. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
You know what? I reckon I might come to the next Nordport one.
Do that. It's at the Kenzie.
So okay, Slim. Were you still your playing weight, are you, Bomber?
Yeah. Well, just if you're going to come, let us know. I'll get them to move the tables and chairs back so there's plenty of room in there for
you. Bomber, well done, mate. Speak soon.
See you, buddy.
Pleasure, mate. Take care, boys.
Stephen Bomber Clifford, absolute champion and character, our guest.
Well, does everyone down there a comedian, are they? You, Bomber? How do you two go in the same room?
Yeah, I just let him go because he is unbelievable.
He seems and looks like my kind of guy.
He's a ripper.
Well
You'd
done.
love him.
What a ripper. Great footballer too. Look at the record. Preserve your summer of mucking about in the pool and get a Walco blankie. You'll save water evaporation and money too. Get your Paul a Walco blankie today and enjoy the savings. Visit walco.com.au.
Yeah, if you're looking for a good show on Gather Round, a lunch is being put on by the Nord Paynham St. Peter's Council. It's going to be in the Nord Town Hall, and it's celebrating the 1980 and 1984 Samford Grand Finals between Port and Norwood.
How good.
So they're going to have players, guests from those two Grand Finals. Yep, brilliantly done. So I thought it was great, a great concept, and in that week should be awesome at the parade, which is going to be huge for Gather Round.
It certainly
They're going to shut down the parade, so
That's
it's going to be awesome.
All right, 7 minutes to 6. We're going to get to a break and do the full teams in a minute for Crows and Port because they have landed. But just some quick headlines for you. The Crows forward line looks like this: Chris Burgess, Lockie Gallant, Darcy Fogarty. So as expected, then for Port Adelaide, up to 4 Port new recruits will be in the side. Ivan Soldo, Radic Ali and Zerk Thatcher are named. Jordan Sweet on the extended bench. They've named a squad. We'll get the full teams next.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. Join us every Friday from 3 p.m. when renowned Adelaide chef Chris Jarma from Jarma's Kitchen joins Stacey Lee for Foodie Friday. Thanks to Smeg, seamlessly pairing performance with design. Taste the difference with Smeg and Parafield Airport Liquor. They have the perfect partner for every dish.
This is what it sounds like to win the Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery. Speechless. The $3.6 million grand prize could be your new life at Henley Beach in a fully furnished Scott Salisbury dream home. Let that sink in. homelottery.com.au. Join the fight and support life-changing medical research for all South Australians. Licence M14493.
Hop into Cheapest Chips this Easter for a happy Cheapster.
Cheapest Chips.
Milky Bar or Kit Kat Easter Casket, always a hit at just $7.99 each. Look and feel cool with a 30% off all C&G summer clothing. And don't miss these cheap everyday deals. Lynx deodorant, 2 for $7. And pick up 2 65-gram Cadbury favourites, a hot buy at 2 for just $10. Live cheaper this Easter with Cheapest Chips.
Now, some builders might look at the sloping block and think, nah, too hard, mate. Go and get yourself a flat block. That's what we work on. Too easy. But that could actually cost you a lot more. So when you go to Beechwood Homes, they look at that sloping block and think, ha-ha, incredible possibilities.
Look, they do. I love this team. Beechwood Homes know how to make the most of a sloping block. In fact, it is their specialty. The team at Beechwood will design a home that works with the land you have, takes full advantage of every square metre, the views, the north, the south, the east, the west, everything. They're just
the underpinning, everything.
All of it. So if you've got a sloping block or a sloping block is the only piece of dirt available, you know what? Go for it. They've got your back. Beechwood has your back.
Correct. Life's good. It's even better in a Beechwood home. Google Beechwood Adelaide.
If you need a window, and not just anything will do, just call Statesman Windows. Factory direct to you.
Nobody beats Statesman Windows, not on quality and certainly not on service. Windows, sliding doors, bifolds and more, made right here in Adelaide, factory direct to you. For windows when and where you want them, call Statesman Windows, states.com.au.
Windows when and where you want them. Windows when and where you want them.
Hearing Australia's Hearing the Nation tour is coming to Adelaide, delivering free hearing checks for adults. Search Hearing the Nation for more.
Hearing Australia.
Conditions apply under the Australian Government Hearing Services Program.
Attention South Australia's Green Thumbs. Vasili's pop-up garden shop is blooming in Theberton from March 18th to the 24th. It's your chance to pick up all your favourite essential gardening treasures, from our renowned black grit, superfood, to Vasili's most popular planting mix. Shop online now. Select Click and Collect for Theberton and meet Vasili. Mark your calendars. Theberton, March 18 to 24. Visit us at vasilisgarden.com and enter to win a deluxe fruit and grape press worth $600. Vasili's, the key to regenerative gardening.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
3 to 6. Ryan Kiddo, the captain of Adelaide United, very shortly, but the teams have landed for round one.
Well, they have, and it's as named by me at 4:30. Well, because I'm gifted, basically.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to run through it?
Yes, absolutely.
I've had another loss,
Chris
haven't I?
Burgess is on debut. You're right, Lockie Gallant comes in. So really from their team against West Coast, they're the two only changes. We do know that Taylor Walker's out and Himmelberg's out. extended interchange. Luke Pedler will play, Matt Crouch will play, Lockie Murphy and Mitch Hinge, because you normally have a defender, a forward and 2 minis that can rotate through. And I'd say Jake Sleager will be the travelling emergency.
Yeah, look, I got the front six right. Now, I do have to reply to Marco on the Unique Homestyle Food text. He went a little hard and said, what are you doing naming DBJ? What I was doing, Marco, was trying to name exactly what the club will name. So I was trying to match one for one there. You got it 100%
well, I would have had Ben
correct.
McHenry in. He's the travelling emergency. And I probably would have had Strawn in front of...
So I matched up the front six with the right names. I got the middle right, as in who was going to be in the first bounce. So that ended up being Rosie Wines Butters Soldo. I got the wingman right. So I got the Boak right Bergman combo. So I got that centre line right. Where I went wrong in the back line was only Farrell starts on the bench, Jones starts on the field.
That's cosy.
It's not bad. That's reasonably close.
You've done well.
The interchange is what's going to be the difficult one. Who are they going to play? So Farrell plays. There's no doubt about that. I think Mead plays.
He has to.
Done
enough.
I think Willem Drew plays. There's no doubt about that.
That's
so there's three, right? So now you've got to get two more in. The names that will fight for those spots: Williams, Francis Evans, Jordan Sweet, Finlayson. So 4 names fighting for the two spots.
I think Sweet makes that. If you have a look at the makeup of your team, you need another tall in there.
But they could go Finlayson, who has also doubled as a second row.
What would you do?
I think I'd give the Sweet experiment a go. I'd give that a go.
It's a good game for it.
Well done.
See what happens.
Yeah, interesting indeed. Have your say on the teams. 8223 0000. We've got lines available for the next hour for your thoughts. It is 1 minute to 6. We'll get to the news. Ryan Kiddo shortly, and more Port Adelaide locker room tickets to give away in the next hour.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. Online, on DAB Digital Radio, and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Cloudy tonight, down to 16. A possible shower tomorrow, 29. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
Agostino Mitsubishi's Good To Go giveaway is on now. Receive a bonus $1,000 fuel card on 2023 Build Outlander.
Warren Treadray has been ordered to pay Nine's court and legal costs after losing his vaccine case against the network. The footy legend claimed he was unfairly dismissed from his role as weekday sports newsreader because he refused to get the COVID jab and was seeking $5.7 million compensation. Treadray is considering an appeal.
Well, it's been a significant outlay to take this on, but we're very adamant that we believe we've gone the right course, and we wouldn't have gone this far if we didn't.
A 16-year-old girl has been hospitalised with meningococcal disease. Her condition is described as stable. SA Health has identified 8 people she's been in contact with, and they're receiving the necessary antibiotics. Nurse practitioners will soon be able to diagnose and treat patients for free in selected GP clinics across SA. Health Minister Chris Picton says it's part of a pilot scheme designed to help ease pressure on hospital EDs.
This is incredibly safe because these are the best trained, most experienced nurses that we have who've done additional levels of training to help patients in their time of need.
Locations of the clinics will be decided after an expression of interest process, with 4 likely to be in metropolitan Adelaide and 2 in regional areas. The Albanese government is warning Australians not to expect a cash splash in the May budget. Michael Packy reports.
Treasurer Jim Chalmers has set the scene for the upcoming budget, focusing on 3 areas: navigating global headwinds, cost of living pressures and addressing slower economic growth. Dr Chalmers has revealed a slump in iron ore prices and higher unemployment will drag down revenue, with Treasury predicting the $69 billion forecast last year won't be achieved. For this reason, the government says it must be careful how it spends the money it does have, warning not to expect further cost of living relief.
There will not be big cash splashes in the budget. It's as simple as that.
The Treasurer says he'll concentrate on paying down debt and investing in clean energy projects.
WorkSafe is investigating after a man died in a rockfall collapse at the Ballarat gold mine. 28 miners were able to take refuge in a safety pod. A 37-year-old man was killed. His body recovered this morning. A 21-year-old man who was also pinned underground was freed and taken to hospital in a critical condition. Ronnie Hayden from the Australian Workers Union says the tragedy could have been avoided.
2 workers were earlegging, which is a manual style of mining. It's our understanding that they were working under unsupported ground and that ground gave way. They should not have been doing that task in that mine. We are going to be pushing very hard to make sure that the industrial manslaughter laws are used.
Now turning to 5AA Sport.
The exceptional sale is on at Berkowitz. Save 25 to 50% off all Berkowitz furniture. Ends soon.
Adelaide has named its first team for 2024. They face the Gold Coast away on Saturday. Chris Burgess will debut for the club following his move from the Suns. Sam Berry returns to the side for the first time since round 10 last year after a strong pre-season. Lockie Gallant is in there with Luke Pedler and Lachlan Murphy named on the bench alongside Matt Crouch, Mitch Hinge and Jake Saligo, one of which will be selected as the substitute. Up to 4 Port Adelaide recruits could make their club debut this weekend, with the side taking on West Coast at Adelaide Oval on Sunday. Ivan Soldo, Isava Ratagalia and Brandon Zirk Thatcher are definite starters. Jordan Sweet has been named on the extended interchange bench. Sam Powell-Pepper will serve the first week of his 4-match suspension, while Ollie Lord is injured. The 26-player squad will be trimmed to 23 tomorrow. Port's Willem Drew has told 5AA's Rowey and Timmy G the pressure is on for round 1.
Not a game that we can take lightly, so obviously we haven't got any past games to sort of go off, but obviously being in round 1, we've got to make sure that we're up to standard in our A game and really bring the brand of footy that we want to play.
Tonight, Carlton take on Richmond at the MCG as round 1 gets underway in the AFL, and the game will be live on 5AA. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Electrical issues? Ken Hall Plumbers also provide electrical services. For reliable electrical services, give Ken a call.
Crash at Paracas to look out for. Main North Road near Montague Road. Busy Marion Road at the Anzac Highway intersection. Also sluggish Morford Road at the tram crossing. And we've got works to look out for at Queenstown Old Port Road near Victoria Street. Canberra 2, Military Road at Grange. Pull out a winner this Thursday night dinner with some pulled pork tacos. Find this and many other easy recipes at pork.com.au and get some pork on your fork. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA weather.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Down to 16 tonight and cloudy, a possible shower tomorrow 29, Saturday partly cloudy 31, Sunday a possible shower 32. Right now it's 23 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Thank you, I'm Brenton Rangless. Tonight's headlines: anti-terror police armed with rifles to help combat Rundle Mall crime. Adelaide has locked in a marquee December cricket test for nearly a decade. An investigation has been launched into the deadly mine collapse in Ballarat. And footy fans will pay more for food and drinks at Adelaide Oval this season. 9 News. Your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
The wait is finally over for Crows fans.
Here they come!
Round 1 is here.
He likes it. 2 in 30 seconds. Game on.
2024 carries great expectations, but the first challenge is not going to be easy.
The patience pays off.
Saturday night on 5AA. The Crows are on the Gold Coast to take on Hardwick's Suns.
Absolutely superb!
AFL live on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Get obsessed with the Honda SUV range at Formula Honda, Modbury and Glen Osmond. Whether it's the compact HRV, the sporty mid-sized Honda ZR-V, or the spacious CR-V. And for a limited time, new Honda SUVs come with a 7-year warranty, 7-year roadside assist, and 5 standard low-price services at $199 each. Visit Formula Honda, Modbury or Glen Osmond and test drive today. Vehicles used for a commercial purpose have a 7-year or 200,000 kilometre warranty, whichever occurs first. T's and C's at honda.com.au.
Getting off the couch, stepping out with new friends, hiking up a hill, or walking around the block. When you choose walking, every step is a victory. Because wherever you're going, walking wins. It doesn't matter how or when or where you do it, for a healthy mind, body and heart, walking wins. Discover more ways to win at walking with the Heart Foundation. Go to walking.org.au.
Now, just told you about this earlier, Stephen, so I'm going to repeat it because I think it's worth repeating. Some builders just look at sloping blocks and think it's too hard. I don't want to do it. Please, go and buy a flat block. Will you do it for my sake? Well, you know what? No. Because that could cost you a lot more. Get to Beechwood Homes. Steve will look after you. He's brilliant. And he'll say, look at it slope. Oh, we love it. That's how good they are.
Steve is good. So ring him at Beechwood. Or just Google Beechwood Adelaide. Yeah. Beechwood Homes. Look, life's good. It's even better in a Beechwood. But they do specialise in it. We make fun of it. I'm living proof of that.
Yeah.
Bought a sloping block.
Tell me the other day about what you had to do with the underneath. You said how they put the...
Well, yeah, it's underpinned, so you don't need a slab.
Yeah.
And a slab, concrete, is a massive expense on any house.
Because it's your foundation.
And if you know how to do that with strip flooring,
how unbelievable
does save
is that?
you a lot of money. And well, Queensland build all their houses.
Of course they did.
They call them stilt houses. It's not all like that, but they're just incredible. I know they had a display home up at Blackwood, and I walked in, I looked at it, and I just said to Jody,
that's it.
This is us. So do that. They've got some great display homes.
Brilliant.
Google them. Google beechwoodadelaide.com.au.
Get great value hands down this Easter at Coles with 40% off Cadbury Dairy Milk Easter Hunt box, 306 grams, just $8. That's great value hands down at Coles. Offer ends Tuesday while stocks last. No rain checks.
Make your move into a new Mazda at the Mawson Lakes Mazda M event. From March 12 to 16, enjoy an M event bonus of up to $2,000 off a wide range of 2023 plated Mazda models, including the CX-3, CX-30, CX-5 and BT50. Head to Mawson Lakes Mazda for the M event and make it yours while stocks last. Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city. Terms, conditions and exclusions apply. See mazda.com.au for details.
Setting the agenda for South Australia. This is 5AA, always Adelaide.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 10 minutes after 6. More chances for you to win your way to the 5AA locker room very, very soon.
Ooh.
We have another locker room double to give away in the next half hour, so stay listening, and we love your calls as well. 8223 0000. Remember, tomorrow we're giving away the Benzina Sports Scooter.
Yeah.
It's right behind you, Timmy, on the Foodland live stream. It is ready for someone to win.
Well, they're very fortunate that I haven't got on it and driven it around because...
I'm going to make that whistle tomorrow.
It'll be...
I'm going to do 2 laps of High Mars Square in top gear.
Get on air. Anyone that goes to air on this show is in the running. It's all thanks to Steinborner Automotive.
Good
Always
team.
worth the trip. Hyundai, Ford, Mitsubishi, Mazda, across the group. They've got it all. Steinborner.com.au.
Absolutely. Well, our beloved Reds, they're going through a bit of a rough patch.
Man.
They've fallen to 11th on the table and have had a bit of a battle trying to get that win on the board. I'm going to speak now to the skipper, Ryan Kiddo. G'day, Ryan. How are you?
How you going, guys? Thanks for having me.
Look, mate, I went there on a Saturday night, and I've got to say, they looked pretty sharp in the first half. I thought if Delianov, our keeper, I thought he got his confidence back. He saved a lot of hard chances in that first half, but I thought our energy completely changed in the second half.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. James did have a fantastic game, which was good to see him play with that sort of confidence. And excuse me. And then, early in that second half, we came out of the change rooms and showed a real intent, the intent that we want to show, and got our reward with the goal. But then, unfortunately, shortly after, and key moments in the game, we've copped another goal. So it's just how it's going at the moment, but we can certainly take positives from that 20 minutes and hopefully start the game like that, not just the second half.
Yeah, it was a real contrast for me. I thought, and it was a hot night, don't worry about that, but it looked like we'd already played a game because we were quite flat, but then you see that turnaround. And one thing I was going to say, Irakunda, Ibasuki and Halloran came on that second half. I'm just wondering, will we start like that in the next game?
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, but obviously they've given Cole a decision to make, and they've made the most of the opportunity they get. They're 3 important players for us, and we know what impact they can have on the game. So I'm sure whoever gets the nod from Cole tomorrow night is going to go out with that intent that he wants to see. And like you said, it's pretty plain and simple now. We need to win a game. That has to start tomorrow night.
Rhino, the first 7 games built with hope. God, we played some good football. The last 7 we're winless. How's the morale of the troops? Because it's tough when you're in a rut, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. We've got some experienced players who've been in this position before, so we're trying to draw on that experience and keep pushing these young boys, because when you aren't getting success, obviously the confidence does drop. So it's just about us maintaining that belief and confidence and trust, not only in ourselves but in each other. And I know that we still have a job to do. There's 7 games left, 21 points up for grabs, and we can either fold or we can keep pushing. And I know exactly what this group wants to do, and we want to keep pushing and maximise the points in these last 7 games and bring some pride back into this team and to this club, because a lot of us are South Australian boys and love the club, and we're not where we want to be.
Yeah, it's fight or flight, isn't it? It's that time. How's Coach Calviet? How's his messaging? How's he with the boys? Is he getting grumpy or angrier? Is he getting more instructional? How's he been?
Yeah, he's been good. He's as calm as ever, and he's just trying to point us in the right direction and emphasise, like you said, that first 20 minutes of the second half, that way we want to play and what it looks like when we are playing that way, and just trying to get us to do that for longer periods in the match. And then when we are having those periods, reward ourselves and score goals. So he's been real positive still. The season well and truly isn't over. It's just up to us now to turn it around and put our best foot forward. And like I said, just show that real positive intent and trust each other and trust ourselves.
Yeah, 7 games, 2 at home, 5 away. But of those, there is another 5 games with teams that are in the bottom 5. So the opportunity, like you said, to get the points to elevate yourself up are still there. They're still on the table.
Yeah, definitely. There's 5 games, like you said, with teams in and around us, and then we play Central Coast and Macarthur away. So I think when we played Macarthur this year, we've been in the game both times and disappointed to only walk away with 1 point out of a possible 6 there. So, we'll have full confidence in what we can do. And like I said, it's over to us now. It's about us actioning what we want to do and showing that positive intent for long periods of the game and rewarding all the loyal supporters that have stuck with us this year.
Hey, Ryan, I thought there were some moments too, and this is the positivity that I got out of the game. I could see it coming. I could see the confidence coming back into the group. I thought in the end we're probably unlucky with the headers to Bobolina and Clough. I think that they were late 75, 85 minute mark sort of thing. Even then we're still attacking and looking like, threatening to score. Yeah, definitely. And I felt that way in the last couple of games and weeks. We certainly haven't rolled over and given up on any game. We've been in it till the end. We just haven't rewarded ourselves in those key moments. And, I always say the most important thing is we are creating the chances. You've got more of a problem if you aren't having those opportunities in the game. So it's just about us continuing to put ourselves in the right areas and believing in ourselves. And sooner or later, a bit of a luck will turn and we'll get the 3 points, and then hopefully we can go on a bit of a run. Well, mate, you've got Newcastle tomorrow, 7:15 away, so there's a good chance to get straight back into it, mate. Get a 3-pointer for everybody and get that confidence back, mate. So all the best leading the team. Thank you very much. Appreciate the support as always. Ryan Kiddo, the skipper of Adelaide United, going to lead the way and make sure we really finish this season well and then let the gods take hold of it after that.
Yeah, let's just get on a run.
All right, Timmy.
'Cause I'm Timmy G!
Play that to them. Play that to the boys.
That might get them up and about. We'll get Port fans up and about right now. 8223 0055. We have another Port Adelaide 5AA locker room double to give away right now. Get on the phone, 8223 0055. We'll play the quiz next.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
5AA Mornings with Matthew Pantelis.
That 10-month sentence reduced to 6 for a man disqualified from driving 11 times. Our laws need to change. It defies logic, and successive state governments are all but accomplices in letting these people off so lightly.
Matthew Pantelis.
The bread and butter of your job is to make sure the laws in this state are right.
Weekday mornings from 9 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
It's Edward from Edwardstown Mazda. The M event is on now. It's really big. So here's a big person to tell you more.
Thanks, Edward. He's right. Our once-a-year M event is on now, and it's big.
How big?
Think huge M event factory bonuses plus a $2,000 trade-in bonus exclusive to Edwardstown Mazda.
Wow.
I know. The M event on now.
Now play that jingle thing, please.
It's gotta be
Edwardstown Mazda.
$50,000 sitting in the bank doing nothing much? Interested in a direct mortgage investment? You could be earning 10% per annum paid to you monthly. That's right, 10%. Angus Securities has provided mortgage investment opportunities in South Australia for almost 25 years. Call 1800 010 800 to discuss this investment offer or visit the Flinders Street office. Investments are not bank deposits and there is a risk you could lose some or all of your money. You may receive lower than expected returns. Read the PDS carefully to decide if the product is right for you. AFSL 232479. Visit Angus Securities to access further information, including the offer brochure and TMD. 10% per annum, fixed interest paid monthly. You're better off with Angus.
Hi, I'm Tim Angove from Supercraft Betting. FIVEAA contacted me. I made some time to meet with them. I got on really, really well with Emma. She worked very hard to get my attention, but also really suit the message that I really wanted to display here on FIVEAA. During COVID, manufacturing became front of mind to everyone, but we really needed to mention to people who we are and where we are because people had lost contact with us. FIVEAA really brought that contact home and really got people rocking up at our doorstep almost immediately. I highly recommend small businesses especially to get in with FIVEAA. They're very much South Australian, just like us.
To get your message out there and grow your business, visit fiveaa.com.au and hit the Advertise With Us link for more information.
Afternoon Aldi shoppers, this is a message for Kate Hassler in aisle 3. Hey, we know you see other supermarkets.
What? You do?
Yeah, it's cool. Really. Go get that smoked herring paste next door.
You're just saying that.
Nah, I mean it. But you'll save more if you shop at Aldi first.
You'll always be my first shop.
We love you.
What about me?
We love you too, Pete. Aldi. Good. Different.
Nothing beats driving away in your brand new Mitsubishi, but choosing your brand new Mitsubishi comes pretty close. Thanks to the team at Agostino Mitsubishi with over 35 years experience in excellent service. Don't miss their Good To Go giveaway. Purchase a 2023 Eclipse or Outlander to receive a $1,000 fuel card. Purchase a 23 Triton or Pajero to receive a $2,000 fuel card. Hurry into Agostino Mitsubishi Nailsworth or their new state-of-the-art Agostino Mitsubishi Mawson Lakes.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the FIVEAA Sports Show.
20 minutes after 6. Very, very soon we're going to head to the MCG, of course. It is a big game, Carlton and Richmond tonight, but now it's time to give away some tickets.
'Cause I'm Timmy G!
Well, yes, you are, Timmy G. You love singing. You're clapping your hands there. We're giving away FIVEAA locker room doubles. These are just sensational tickets. We've got Anthony from Parafield Gardens. Here's Timmy.
G'day, Anthony. Okay, my friend, you've got to guess this. How many free kicks did Jason Horne-Francis give away last season, including the finals?
Last season, including finals?
Yep. How many free kicks did he give away?
56.
Okay, thank you for that, Anthony. It's incorrect, but we'll go to Nathan. Nathan, the question is Jason Horne-Francis. How many free kicks did he give away last season? We had a guess of 56. It's lower.
Is it higher or lower?
It's lower than 56. Lower.
Oh, far out. I don't know. 24, 25 games or something to 41.
41, thank you, Nathan.
We can tell it was the number one in the AFL.
It was. We'll go to Louise. Now,
Hello, Louise.
Louise, we've had 56 as a guest.
Yep.
We just had 41 as a guest. How many free kicks did Jason Horne-Francis give away last season, Louise?
It's higher than 41.
It's higher than 41.
Higher. 47.
How many?
47.
47. Thank you, Louise. That was incorrect. Let's go to Sandy. It's higher than 41, Sandy, and it's lower than 47.
I'll say 44.
Thank you, Sandy. Jason, it is higher than 44, and it's lower than 47.
Come on, Jason.
Oh, this is on. I'm going to say, I don't know, 46.
Yeah!
Congratulations, Jason. You will be going to the 5AA locker room. Reserve seating in the Riverbank stand, level 1. Pre-game dinner box, half-time Balfour's footy fair, continuous 5-hour beverage package. How good is that?
No, it's great, mate. It's great. Thank you for Mrs. birthday tomorrow, so she's going to be happy.
Happy birthday. Well played, Jace. Well done, mate.
Good on you, mate.
And if you want tickets for the West Coast game, just go to portadelaidefc.com.
Hello, Chris at Echunga. We're going to go to Chris. How are you, mate?
Yep. Well, I phoned in because I bought Guernsey that was worn by Bob Clifford.
Oh, really? When did you do that, Chris?
And it was at an auction when Greg Anson joined the Port Adelaide Footy Club, and Bob McLean's chair was auctioned.
Oh, wow.
Which was pretty important, but Bob Clifford's jumper raised $300, which I was silly enough to pay.
Well, Chris, that's...
And he was pretty happy about that because he came over to me and he said, well, I've just come run second to Bob McLean.
Yeah, well, there you go. But I tell you what, that'd be worth more now,
number
Chris.
3, and I wore number 3 here at Echunga, and I bought that. So I only rang in at the time when you were interviewing me to say that it's still being worn at games at Adelaide Oval.
Really? Who by, Chris?
It's a lace-up,
Yeah.
and it's got Jet Express on the front. They were the sponsors.
That's right, round about 81, 82, yeah.
Yeah, and when my mate walks, the young lad, he walks across the bridge, everyone that's your age, my friend, says, is that a real one?
Yeah.
Well, it is a real one.
Good.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
So it's still going around at the moment.
That is a great story. Bomber would love that. We have got, we know when someone's popular because a unique home style food text goes berserk. Great, where are they now? Cheers, PJ. Here's no one. Here's to you, Bomber. Played with you at Greenies, you ledge. Jeff at Salisbury.
Yeah, regular contributor.
You are gold, Bomber. I mean, there's heaps of... What about this one? I'm not too sure about this one. Bomber might have to ring in. Hey, boys, this is from Anthony. Saw Bomber one pre-season running along Port Road. He had a can of beer in his hand. That wouldn't be Bomber, would it?
He might have been giving it to somebody. I'm not sure, but I love this one from Dave. When I was a kid, I played juniors at Greenacres, and I remember going to the 88 Amateur League A1 Grand Final. I watched Bomber lead Greenies to the flag over the arch rivals Broadview, and I was wearing my Bomber 3 duffel coat. How good's that? There you go. I'd said about the duffel coats. They were big in the day. Don't worry about that.
Kept you warm. Hello, Kenny.
Yeah, good afternoon, guys. A lot of us have got choices we have to make. A lot of us find it hard to pay bills, etc., just to stay above the ground. And a lot of people make huge sacrifices to go to the football. And unfortunately, there's outlets that provide a better day out where you can pick and choose your choice of food and drink. Now, if this system that is in place at the moment, and that's not the fault of the Adelaide Oval or the vendors, it continues, we, in a few years' time, will be paying $15 to $20 for a pint of drink. Now, we have the option to go along game day, and a lot of us have that membership, and thank God I'm with Port Power and they give me the option to pay monthly. Otherwise, I could not find that money. So you've got to have a lot of willpower on the day where you can do without either the grog or the food, one or the other, or possibly both. But it's only over, say, a 3-hour period, and I go to Colonnades, come down on the train, love my day, and I found an outlet in Hindley Street where I meet my daughter, and we make it just a once every 2 weeks get-together. So that's a bit of a great outlet that Port Adelaide Football Club members have set up in Hindley Street to welcome Port Power members, and that's for a certain time frame, 3 hours before the game. So you've got a choice. You either go to that venue and then you don't have drink or food at the ground. But the trouble is the vendors at the ground, they have increased rents, and that is totally beyond their control. They have to make a living. And where's this all going to end?
Yeah, well, Ken, I'm glad you enjoy that with your daughter. Footy gives you a lot of enjoyment with family. There's no question, and friends, and I still say it's the greatest sport live. Yeah. So you're doing it right. You know, you don't have to go there and get off your face.
No, good idea. Right. We've had a lot of people text in about that.
Hey, we're going to speak to Eddie Maguire after on Channel 7 about the umpires. We're going to play that very shortly. We'll not speak to him, we'll play it.
We'll hear from Eddie Maguire. He's got some opinions. It's very interesting. We'll find out what that is next.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
We're going to head to Ballarat in Victoria, where a rescue operation for trapped miners has been underway.
Unfortunately, I've got some really sad news. The Australian Workers' Union has confirmed that this trapped miner has actually been killed. So this is now no longer a rescue operation.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
He was actually killed as this rockfall happened.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Tommy loves to fish, and he also loves his friend who has offered Tommy the use of his boat and trailer for a long weekend. Woohoo! But Tommy's little two-door Corolla can barely top 70 k's, and that's with a tailwind. Tommy's got a problem. Lucky for him, Avis Truck Rental Adelaide has brand new utes and dual cabs with big badges, and Avis can fit them with racks, tow kits, all the toys. Woohoo! Turn got a problem into not a problem with Avis Truck Rental Adelaide. Open 7 days, 416 Port Road, West Hindmarsh. 82415200.
Things are about to get even more exciting at Cherry Glen Osmond with the arrival of the Cherry Tiggo 7 Pro. The Tiggo is a step up in size, engine performance and luxury. A full-sized family SUV featuring a panoramic sunroof, heated and ventilated seats, twin 12-inch displays, CarPlay, 360-degree camera and so much more, including high-tech safety, and all from $39,990 drive away from Cherry Glen Osmond. Go beyond with the Tiggo 7 Pro. Book a test drive at gocherry.com.au.
City Discount Tires.
Get saving this month at City Discount Tires. Grab 3 Falcon Zeek ZE 310R passenger car tires and get the 4th tyre absolutely free. Experience top-notch performance with exceptional grip on both wet and dry surfaces. Steer your way to citydiscounttires.com.au for even more great deals. City Discount Tires. We're driven by value.
City Discount Tires.
Here's the thing about instant gas hot water. It's not very instant. It can take up to 40 seconds for proper hot water to come out, wasting around 25,000 litres of water each year. So get off the gas and get onto EcoVantage. With an EcoVantage heat pump hot water system, you could save up to 50% on your water heating costs, not to mention all that water down the drain. So get off the gas and get onto EcoVantage. EcoVantage.com.au.
The earth-shaking, record-breaking 500km/h Australian Top Fuel Championship is returning to the Dragway at the Bend for the River Bend Nationals. Experience the fastest accelerating machines on earth battling it out along with top door slammers, pro stocks, sportsman finals and the Hooligan Stunt Show. It's the ultimate in motorsport entertainment over 3 huge days. Friday 5th to Sunday 7th April. Tickets from $30, kids 15 and under enter free. Visit thebend.com.au.
It's Edward from Edwardstown Mazda. The M event is on now. It's really big. So here's a big person to tell you more.
Thanks, Edward. He's right. Our once-a-year M event is on now and it's big.
How big?
Think huge M event factory bonuses plus a $2,000 trade-in bonus exclusive to Edwardstown Mazda.
Wow.
I know. The M event on now.
Now play that jingle thing, please.
It's gotta be
Edwardstown Mazda.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
So what is an obvious solution to this, Jimmy?
your 2 goal umpires.
Thank you. If you stand between the behind post and the goal post, and you're on the other side doing the same thing, and it doesn't go through your bit, and it doesn't go through your mate's bit, it means it's gone through the goal post, and it also means that you're in the right angle for balls coming in at high velocity that come in off an angle. Every position is covered.
On the Eddie and Jimmy podcast, that's Eddie Maguire's idea to fix the goal review.
There's 4 central now, correct?
Correct.
There's 4 boundary now.
That's correct.
And now they want 4 goals. So that's 12 umpires in a game. Would be the most over-officiated game in the world. I got a simple solution, and I've said it for years. You only need 2 central. Bang. 2 boundary done. And then I agree, to get it right, to have 2 at each end would be better than 1, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm not convinced.
2 central, 2 boundary, 4 goal, if they want 4 goal.
All I've seen,
I'm not having all those clowns out there in the one field.
All I've seen in the modern game is less and less confidence to make a decision in umpiring in just
In
about
general.
all sports. And technology is the way it's taking over. And
It's a
we've
lot of
seen
red
it
noses,
in
yeah.
tennis, where they just go straight for the... And the players have stopped arguing now.
We've got
They just
the
look at
technology.
the Hawkeye and they go, yep, all right, cop that. And that's the way... I think we've got to go technology, spend the right money, get it right. No more
I'm
human
with you.
error.
Who wins tonight?
Carlton.
Carlton. He had a great footies back.
Wow, it's
My car
exciting.
will drive itself home tonight.
Round 1, we're off to the MCG now. Hope you had a great time tonight. We're going to be back at 4 o'clock tomorrow, but off to the G. Carlton Richmond next.
It's been a long summer for the Power, and now their campaign starts against the Eagles.
Rowey snaps it.